Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ。 The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid Valentine.
「究極の静かさと安全性」「オンロードオフロード」世界中で活躍する剣だ。その信頼を支える静音性安定性と対摩耗性、世界が認めた
Welcome to everybody who is back for the 2024 G-Shock Presents Formula Drift Japan Round 2 Suzuka Twin Circuit. It's been about a month and a half since we had the Fuji round last at Fuji. It is beautiful weather out here. It is the 18th of May in Japan. We are a little past noon, about to start up the first rounds of the qualifying of the Round 2 Suzuka Circuit. So we are here with the judges that will be participating in judging from all sorts of ways, looking at the drivers, and the top 32 drivers that are going to make it through today is going to go into tomorrow's the top 32 of the qualifiers is going to make it into tomorrow's tandem. So here you go on the screen on the right, that is Mr. Akutsu. He is a Japanese MC, and next to him is legend driver Nobuteru Taniguchi. Next to him is, Taniguchi's birthday today. All right, so he said he's not happy. His age, he's a little older now, so he's not really happy with birthdays anymore. But next to him are the three judges of Formula Drift Japan. It is another legend driver. It's Yoichi Imamura as one of the judges. And next to him is an ex-driver for Formula Drift Japan, Tadahiro Fukada. And yeah, they're going to be, chiming in whenever they need any comments from the judges. But next to Imamura is Tadahiro Fukada, right here. An ex-driver. He used to drive the JZX 100. And right next to him is another driver, ex-Formula Drift USA driver and Formula Drift Japan driver. It is Kenji Yamanaka, and I'm Robbie Nishida. I'll be doing the English commentating on the English side of the live stream. So if you guys want to hear it in Japanese, you can go ahead and go to the Formula Drift Japan live stream, YouTube channel, and go in from there. These are the two the reporters. We have Rina to the right and Marina to the left. We've seen Marina for a while. She's been with us for the past few years as the Formula Drift Japan girls. Now let's go ahead and look at this track. Here is the overlook from the top of where the drone is at. You can see the straightaway from the bottom right going all the way. And we are on the hill over there on the left side of on top of the hill where the judging stand is. Now they're gonna explain a little about the judging and qualifying here for Formula Drift Japan FDJ, which is Formula Drift FDJ 2 and Formula Drift Japan FDJ 3. We have the line judge, we have the angle judge, and at last we have the style judge. It's the older way of doing the qualifying from the US. Now they moved on to non-qualifies, but we do still run qualifies here. There are usually about 5 areas where there's a inside clip or outside zone or touch and go, whatnot. You have to be near those areas, zones, and you have to run the whole zone instead of getting near a little bit. On the inside clip, you got to be as close as possible on the inside. The line judge will be calculating how close you are to the outside zones or the inside clips or the touch and goes. Now, the line judge has 35 points total, and the angle judge also has 35 points total also. That's 70 points total right there just on angle and line. Now the angle, obviously, as long as you're running the deepest angle in the areas. And on top of that, the style judge has overall 30 points to look at initiation, transition, how the car is stable or not. And the total is going to be 100 points. So all the drivers has a possibility to get 100 points for their qualifying run. So we'll see what the drivers are going to get here today. Now there's a start line and there's a 3-2-1 cone where the car has to be initiated at. In the inside clips, you have to be as close as possible on the inside. On the outside zones, you have to run the zone as close as possible on the outside line. And usually here we have rumble strips. If there's a rumble strip, that's the end of the track. And if it's just the asphalt, that's the end of the track. So if you dip tires, there's a possibility of losing points. And now here you go, the angle. The angle will depend on how much angle you're running in that area, if it's an outside zone or inside clip. As long as you're at full lock everywhere you go, obviously you're going to get higher score. And now the style judge, they're looking at speed, the force, smooth, smooth tire smoke, passion, spectacle. I'm just reading off the things that are on the screen right now, but they're just looking at excitement, total excitement. And if the vehicle is, how can I say, wobbly through the areas, track, anywhere on the track, the style judge has the power to take points off there and make deductions. Now, if the car stops, they spin out, go off course, three or more tires off course, that's going to be an automatic incomplete. They're going to call it 0 points here, but it's actually an incomplete. Very tense. There you go. There's a driver's meeting. This is from a while back right there. Hey, look at it. Ryan Lantagne. Yeah, this is a while back. But they do have the driver's meeting. That's where all the drivers have the time to ask questions. The judges get to explain themselves. And here you are. Here's some vehicles driving to, I think this is Okayama round. And, you know, overall, drifting is, you know, kind of a show-off sport. So you want to look like a badass out there. So you want to do your hardest, kick a lot of angle, a lot of throttle, and make it look exciting. Now here you go. Here is the start line on the straightaway. You go down the straight. You got the 3-2-1 cone. You have to initiate by then. First on the right side, you got the outside zone. That's where it's 5 points of line and angle or scored. Or I'm sorry, both of the line and angle, you get 5 points there. And the outside zone 2 right after that, which is a little bit deeper. It's hard to get to. That's 10 points each. And after that, you have a transition going to the outside zone 3 on the left side. That's also deep, so that's hard to get to. You have to, you know, actually be able to control your speed so you don't go way too deep to go off track. Now you're going to kind of lose angle going to the touch and go on the left side right in front of the judging stand. That's 5 points each for angle and line. And finally, you have to gauge your speed going to the last outside zone, which is on the 4. Outside zone 4 on the right side after the transition. So a lot of guys, you know, end up going too deep, or some people spin out because there's a speed difference going from the touch and go to the outside zone 4. All right, here's a drone view. This is where the start is. They just drove through the chicane, and a lot of the guys do a manji entry here with the flick. You see the 3-2-1 cone here. You have to build up enough speed going and enough force going into outside zone 1. Now the right rear of the tire has to be right on the line on the edge right here, and right here on the right. Again, there's outside zone 2, which is a little bit deeper as well. And these cones are a little offset. I think they're 2 meters away, so that's not where the car's supposed to be. You're just gonna have to look at the track. Here you go, right here on the edge of that line. I'm sorry, it's not even at the edge of the track, it's the edge of the line. So there's probably like maybe a half a foot left on the outside zones. And now the touch and go right here. A lot of the cars will lose a lot of angle, but they do have to keep the car in drift motion, at least not straighten the steering or cut back into the right. And after you do a transition on the right side, it's really tricky because you're coming through here with a lot of speed. You have to make sure you drive through the finish line without spinning out or straightening, and that's it for the track. And the total points you get everywhere is going to be your total score out of 100, and whoever gets the top 32 is going to be moving on to tomorrow's top 32 tandem. So it's really, it's different from FDUS because, you know, they don't have a lot of these track style tracks, circuit style, I guess. They don't have much of those here. Here's an interview of Matsuyama, a championship contender driver. You know, being able to make the line and angle, that's the hard part. And, you know, he's driving a different car, so he's going to try to drive it as it is, as he owns it. And last year, he was able to qualify first, but he lost at the Final 4 with the car mechanic issues. But he said, you know, he's going to go for the win today, or I'm sorry, this weekend here at Suzuka. So here is his run from last year here at Suzuka Twin. Course layout is pretty much the same. Did a great job filling all the zones, getting deep into the touch and go, and here you go. Finishes off very strong to the right with a good amount of angle and a lot of throttle. Yeah, so I'll be here trying to guide you guys as much as possible. I'll try to, you know, chime in, look into the live stream as well, and try to answer some questions that you guys have. So if you guys have anything, go ahead and you can ask them the questions. Hopefully I can answer it because I'm actually watching and talking. And here's Takahashi's interview. And I really like this track. And last year, I lost to Minowa. I almost made it all the way, but I made it to the finals. But this year, I would like to try to go to the finals and actually try to get the win here at Suzuka. Us drivers, everybody cheering us really helps us out. So, obviously doing a good run, it's going to make you guys happier too. So looking forward to hearing the cheer over the live stream and also the people that are here. So thank you for that. Great interview by Takahashi. I believe that he was very close to getting the championship last year. He is driving this VR-packed E92 BMW. I think he was running a different V6 before, and his partner in crime, I think, Yamashita, is driving something with a similar livery, but then with a 2J in it instead. So they will be starting up the qualifying from 12:30. So we got about 3 more minutes. Let's go ahead and see. The overview from the track here. You see top left, that's outside zone 1. In the middle, that was outside zone 2. We got some interesting drivers all up in here today. We have a lot of international drivers from all over the world making it out here to Formula Drift Japan. Man, I would love to see some of the FDUS guys come and compete here too, so that'd be kind of cool. Wow, something's going on with the live stream here. Yeah, so something's going on the live stream, so I'm just going to ignore that. So, what are your guys' favorite track in Formula Drift Japan? I know a lot of you don't like this track because of the way it is from the outside zone 3 to the touch and go area. But I think this is probably one of the tracks that you see with a lot of angle going into outside zone 1 and 2. And right on the edge of the track. And there's a question. No, Mad Mike Widet is competing in D1 this year, so he's not going to be competing in Formula Drift Japan this year. Hopefully you can see him again back next year in this crazy FD. And there we go as we speak. In the burnout box, I think we have Yozi Chen from Team 441 BW Academy driving the A31 Zafiro. So I'm going to try to do less of talking while they're doing when they're driving, so you guys can hear the car and stuff. I'm pretty sure that's what you want to hear. You probably won't want to hear me blabbing away. All right, so that looks like it's the Boss front end on a Nissan Zafiro. So you got Yozi Cheng from Team 441 BW Academy. Very wild driver. Wow, nice job overall for now. Wow, he has this down because he is filling the zones like he owns it. I would have to say, just my opinion, there's probably a little bit left on the outside zone 1. He is right on the line on the outside zone 2. He fills outside zone 1, fills the outside zone 2 from the last half, and man, makes it all the way to the line at outside zone 3. A lot of throttle, boom, fills the touch and go, transition, and very deep in the outside zone 3. Wow, I'd have to say that is a pretty wild run from driver number 1. This is obvious. This is definitely a guy that you have to watch out for because, you know, now we're going to have to see the tandems for tomorrow. I wonder how he's going to be doing in tandem. But, man, his qualifying run looks pretty solid, in my opinion. But you know what? I'm not judging, so who knows? I don't know. I don't want to speak too soon, but yes, and let's not talk about, you know, the weather anymore because, you know, I think weather report looks like cloudy tomorrow. Underneath the hood of this GR86. Naoki just won the first round of D1 Grand Prix too. He's driving a V8 S chassis there, but he is entering the Formula Drift Japan Series in his 2J Pack GR86. Now let's see what Nakamura's score is going to be here. Driving the Silk Blade Sports N-Style GR86 from Team Velino and N-Style. I mean, no explanation needed for this driver because he's probably one of the most famous drivers that are in Japan, and one hell of a driver. And I remember he competed last year in the Drift Masters series too, so you never know, man. Maybe this is his way of trying to get into the USA series too. So they're watching the live stream here. They're probably looking at see how many tires he was off at outside zone 1, this and that. But he does fill the outside zone 3 out pretty good, and I think they're looking at how straight he was on the wheel at the touch and go maybe. So I don't want to make any assumptions, but I'm going to go ahead and wait. But as a judge, that's probably what they're looking into. But yeah, so you know what? All you got to do is go back on the live stream to go ahead and check out Naoki's run real quick while they're trying to make a decision for the qualifying score. And yes, you know Daigo is going to be driving next. That's kind of cool to see these two drivers. These two drivers are probably the most famous drivers in Japan. They're going to go back-to-back here. And they're the second and third drivers because Naoki, this is the first round he is in. And for Daigo, he had a motor issue last event at Fuji. So and here's the pits of the Team Good Ride vehicles. There's the FD. Oh! I guess Naoki got an incomplete, and I'm guessing that it's probably because of his pretty much straightening at the touch and go area, so he's going to have a little bit of counter steer, but a very harsh call, but it's an incomplete. Now we're moving on to car number 87. It's Daigo Saito from Fab 5 Racing driving his Mopar V8 NASCAR engine Toyota Altezza. There you go, he posted into outside zone 2. Great job right there. And now he fills outside zone 3. Very good job, and there you go. Clean run going to the touch and go. Wow, Daigo using left foot braking. I need to go and give him a pat on the shoulder later on that. But once again, a good job. Now it's going to be up to the judges how they're going to see the touch and go area. All right, so the NASCAR NASCAR Dodge V8 engine in this Altezza. This Altezza used to be the old HKS Altezza that Taniguchi used to drive long time ago for D1, and now it is back in a different form. And the car is kind of Daigoed out, so it's a pretty crazy build. And you see the smoke settling in here. Daigo gets an 82. Daigo gets an 82 on his first run. Wow. All right. All right, so the next driver up, we have car number 888 driving the Freestyle Laudada Club Racing Kenda Tire S15 Sylvia. It's a Jyamaken. He competed in Formula Drift FDJ 2 last year, and now he is driving back in the Formula Drift Japan Series. His first run with the SR VE head S15 Sylvia. Yeah, so Jyamaken's car is an SR. It's a VE head SR, probably the 2.2 liter, I think. I think a very light, nimble car. Yeah, not a rotary, it's an SR. Jyamaken gets a 62 for his first run, 62. Right, so that is 4 drivers down. We got some of the heavy hitters coming up in the beginning of the qualifying because of being first round. Next driver up from Car Guy Racing driving the Toyota 86 is car number 808, Nagayasu Miyagi. Miyagi actually is a doctor. He owns his clinic. It's like we really call him the doctor. There you go. So initiating, 1 tire off there at outside zone 2. All right, there you go. Yeah, there's a question out here about the VE head. The head is better for higher revving, I think. It doesn't have rocker arms like the normal SR, which could be a failure. I think you could rev it higher. Newer technology, I guess. Now, right here in this 86, it's a 2JZ Miyagi's car. He was in a different livery for a long time, and this year he has a totally different. I think his car used to be like red, Mochi's color. Now it's like a blue and white livery. But that's a 2J. Doesn't look like his best run here, but he does try to fill the zones as soon as good as possible. It looks like he hit something on the right rear as well. That's a 51 for Miyagi. 51 for Miyagi's first run. All right, now this driver did not. Actually, Uemura is out, so the next driver was not there for Fuji is Tomoki Tanaka from Team VSR Bridgelink. Good ride, JZX 100 Chaser. I love. Usually it's it's a backwards entry. That's a lot of angle. He is holding on to that. Yeah, there you go. The speed control is very hard when you're coming through. You're kind of zipping through the touch and go, and the car is kind of straight. Then to make a hard angle up to the, making a left turn, angling up the car is really hard. But man, look at this thing. Look at that. That's like a boss entry right there. I think you're not supposed to do a backwards entry, but a lot of angles obviously is what you guys like to see. Backwards, obviously not, but you know, 90 degrees to the at the max would be great. But that's going to be incomplete. That's going to be an incomplete for Tanaka. Hopefully he can get a clean run together for a second run. Yeah, you guys said too much backy. For demos, they are awesome, but I think for competition, it might be a little hard to pull that off. Now we got the next driver here, driving the Village Up GR86. It is car number 610, Kei Murakami. This is also, oh, this is actually filled, oh, it's a V8 turbo. Here the V8. His hood is about to open on one side. And that is too much angle to steering into it, and most likely that might be an incomplete. Man, that's one mean hell of a car. Sounds really, really mean there. Not sure if he was able to get any practice runs in or not, but maybe this is, you know, maybe he didn't get so many practice runs from yesterday or today. So hopefully we could see Murakami be able to put together a run on his second run, because we have all the qualifying runs, all the drivers have 2 runs, and it's a better one of each. Very beautiful car though. And you got the magic, I'm sorry, here you go, it's official. Murakami gets an incomplete for the first run. Like the music? Yeah, so it's all the track guys, you know, running around with the witch broom, the famous Japanese witch broom. I'm telling you, you guys got to try it because it works. Picking up, you know, gravel and whatnot off the ground. No, it's actually a 2J. I think it's built at Span. They're good at making, like, I think LSX V8 turbochargers there. Now we got next driver up. It's another younger driver driving his father's FD from Goodride Motorsports, car number 212, Ryutaro Oe. That's a 3-rotor rotary. Right on the outside line at the outside zone 2. Ooh, goes a little over the line and goes really deep. This is going to be really hard to connect. Could not feel the touch and go. I think the key of this track is trying to leave outside zone 3 right at the right timing, or even a little early, just to keep that arc going to the touch and go. But you know, what do I know? I don't know how to judge. I'm just here to talk, so hopefully I could explain it to you guys a little bit better. But it's a long stretch when you look at it, more than how you see it on the screen. Yeah, Manabu Fujinaka's FD, so that's his father. Ryutaro's father is Manabu Fujinaka. So Fujinaka is not competing anymore. And now he's driving this, I think Oe used to drive a S chassis, and now he is driving his father's X vehicle. Oh man, tell me about it. I miss Kenny too, but no, apparently after, oh, there you go, I'm sorry. Oe's first one is 58 points, 58 points. Damn, now you look at Daigo's 82, that looks pretty good after it's an 82, but when you look at it, Looks like it's a very good score. It's almost like the 90s now. All right, now we got next driver up from Mogan Team Track Day. It is, oh, I'm sorry, no, not Charles Zhang. He's not here. TMS Racing Team Good Ride is Zhang from driving the BMW E92. This is just like Takahashi and Yamashita's vehicle. Looks exactly the same. Not filling the zones as properly. Yeah, looks like he's a little shy on some of the outside zones, but that is something the judges will, determine on their score. And seems a little safe going into the outside zone too. Now, more than seeing this on the screen, it is a lot more intimidating coming down the straightaway. And right after you pass the outside zone 1, outside zone 2 is kind of deep, and then there's gravel out there, so you don't want to make the car go off course. But yeah, very hard course to conquer. And these drivers are doing it. Thank you guys for the warm messages. Try my best. I'm actually gonna go to the doctor next week to get my eyes checked out just in case and prove it to the internet that my eyes are okay. Now we got the guessing going on the scores right here. Got said, says 60, 64, 49, 51. Yes, Samet is in Pro 1 FDJ, so he's going to come up in a couple more cars. So you'll see him go. Yeah, tough track. And that's an incomplete. That is an incomplete by Zhang, driving the TMS Racing Team Good Ride E92. Unfortunately, the first run is going to be an incomplete, so hopefully we can get a score for the second one. And here you go. Speaking of the devil, we are looking at car number 11. It's Sam Lucas from Team Samet, driving the S15 Sylvia. Clean entry there, getting deep into the outside zone 2. Good job right there. Might be hanging it a little bit too much at the outside zone 3. Had to cut in a little for the touch and go. Now it really depends on how the judges are going to see that. I know from the run that they saw Naoki earlier. I'm not sure what they're going to say. There you go, the drone chasing him down. Yeah, it might be an incomplete, but I'm not going to speak too soon. It's really up to the judge. I'm just telling you what's going on here. All right. Uh-oh, there's a lot of incomplete. It looks like a lot of zeros coming up in prediction. 68, 99, 0. 68, 0. Sadly, a 0. Let's see what the judges have to say. Unfortunately, that's going to be an incomplete for Sam Lucas's first run. Hey, but you know what? He looked like he was in. He was hitting all the marks that he needed up to that touch and go area. So looking forward to seeing how he's going to do for a second run. Now at the line, driving the R32 Skyline from 1087X. It is car number 919. It's Echo Gao. Female driver driving the left-hand drive S13 with a 2J. Clean, simple initiation. And might be a little deep. Nope. Uh-oh. Man, it looks like something is going on with her car. She was not able to keep drifting after the outside zone 3. Man, when she came in last year for the FDJ 2 series, she was just ripping it. It looks like, not sure if there's an issue with the vehicle or not, but I think that's not going to be good enough. But hopefully she could do a better job for the second run. Yeah, so Echo is going to get an incomplete here for her first run. It's really unfortunate, but like I said, you know, there's 2 runs for drivers, so all right, some people were guessing maybe power, maybe no power, intake temperature. So I don't know, I'll leave that up to, you know, the mechanics will figure that out. Hopefully it could figure out whatever problem that the vehicle has. Now moving on to, is that a Super, bro? It's car number 125. It's Yoshika Tamagawa driving the car guy racing with 5X JZA 80 Supra. Go from nice clean flick, running the outside line. Tamagawa leaves the outside zone 3 a little early. Dips the tire, gets into the touch and go. A lot of angle. Is he gonna make it to the outside? No, I don't know about that. That looked kind of wonky. Couldn't have enough control going to the last outside zone, but he was trying though. See what the judges, how the judges see that. Man, I think outside zone 1 and 2 look great. But he did leave outside zone 3 a little early. Man, talk about technology. The drone is just so nice to be able to see the drone here. Yeah, so not deep enough in outside zone 4, but there was one hell of a stall there after the transition. So let's see how the judges see that. And they will be contemplating seeing what they're going to give the driver a score. All right, yeah, some of you don't like the track, but hey, you know what? It's the best they can do right now. Tamagawa with the 68 points. So looking at all the incompletes that we have, you know what? At least he has a score on for the first run. So hopefully, oh, you guys saw the paperweight for the the 350Z holding down the gate. Yeah, that car belongs to Suzuka Twin. And now we got the next driver up. The Brazilian driver, car number 13, is Mikey Nakamura from Team Kusama with Mikey Racing. Brand new GR86 build. Let's see what this driver can do. He moved up from FDJ from last year to this year. Mikey Racing clean, filling the outside zone 2, very smooth. Wow, Mikey doing a great job at outside zone 3. Nice. Not straightening at the touch and go. I mean, looks like. So it's really up to the judges how they see it, but very clean job. You know what? Mikey is a very exciting driver, but yeah, very, very smooth here. Now I have to see him a little differently. There you go. Hopefully he's keeping his Brazilian fans proud up here at Suzuka. Here you go. Those are some good ride tires getting mounted. It's a lot of tires. And just imagine these cars go through a set of tires probably from, you know, maybe 2 laps. A lot of tire. Or a lot of tire usage, that is. So a lot of scores in the 70s. Didn't feel 2 at all. Okay, we see a 90, we got a 62, we got an 80. Come on, y'all are all over the place. All right, that's a 66 from Mikey Nakamura, 66. Come on, guys. They didn't incomplete it, thank God. I would have been a liar. All right, it was a 66, guys. Come on, y'all's guessing game is a little weak today here. Come on, you guys got to get on the same page as the judges. Now at the line driving the AVC-10. This is the Lexus RC from Team Kusama with Motis. It's Kenichi Takashima, car number 86. This is a fairly new build from Kusama Auto. A big body RC. Ooh, very shallow on the angle, but makes it to the outside line at the outside zone 2. Looks like he's a little short at outside zone 3. Touch and go. And finishes off track. There's a few areas where there's a few There's a few areas it looks like Takashima didn't make it all the way to the outside line. So we'll see. Hey, I'm judging in Formula Drift USA, and a lot of people has a lot to say about that, but this time I'm not judging, I'm just watching. So y'all can say whatever you want to say. No, I'm just kidding. Take it easy on them, okay? I mean, there's different perspective on different runs and tracks. And here you go, Takashima with a 61. 61 for his first run. Hey, you guys are getting close. Some people are saying 62, 56, 57. Very, very close. So there you go. Yes, RC is a boat. And user 1, Ohio. Wino inside clip. All right, so the next driver up is Pon from Thailand with the Nexter Drive to Drift S15 Sylvia. This is another expert driver all the way from Thailand with the 2J S15. All right, there you go. You hear the and the and the wastegate and everything, but yes. Pon doing a good job at outside zone 3, filling the zones, and right here makes it all the way to the touch and go. Doesn't seem like he's as deep on the outside zone 4, but we'll see how the judges see that. Yeah, I would say probably not the cleanest entry by Pon, but let's see the overall how well he's runs the lines and everything. So there you go. Pon gets a 71. 71 for Pon's first run. All right. So finally we got another car that's in the 70s. Man. So the first run we had was a 77 and Daigo got an 82. So those two runs are actually the top two right now. Let's see if anybody could better that. We got Jerry Chu from TMS Racing Team. Good ride. Driving the BMW E92 Coupe. Car number 16, Jerry. With a similar color, the whole TMS Racing Team all has E92 BMWs. There you go. Quick flick entry right there. Makes it all the way out to the outside zone 2. Right the outside line. One tire a little off at the beginning of outside zone 3. And finishes strong. All right. Checking out the replay. A lot of popping going on the E92. Looks like he wasn't as deep at the outside zone 4 area, but let's see what the score is going to be. Said that. Yeah, that car needs a wing. I know I'm used to seeing the E92s with the wing, so it kind of looks weird without it, but hey, maybe that's what they wanted. See a lot of 60s and 70s right here in the guessing. Yeah, I said, oh, Jerry gets a 75. Jerry gets a 75 for his first run. You guys are pretty close. Hey, y'all said, the track looks weird from outside zone 3 to the touch and go. Let's go ahead and talk about that later. But I think this is a different, that's actually not Nian. Maybe Nian's not here. Next driver, it's Fat 5 Racing, Luca, JZX 100. A little timid entry by Luca. But let's see how he does on the line right here. Oh, he makes it all the way off. And I think the score here, a little different from the US. He has 3 tires off, went off course. His front left tire also surpassed the outside line. So most likely that might be an incomplete. I think Merli Luca, I think he's from Italy. I'm sorry, not Italy, I'm sorry, France, right? Yeah, that's not Nian. Nian is not here. I think Nian's face popped up, but I think Nian's actually not competing. And that was Luca. So I'm just making a guess, but yeah, some people are saying 100. But I don't think that's going to be 100 though. That might be an incomplete. 0.6? I don't know. Maybe. And yeah, they're going to bring in, or where's the witch room? Oh, we got some Japanese cuisine here. Some girls shopping for some food. That's exactly what you guys wanted to see on the live stream, right? Say bye-bye. We're going to go and eat this. All right, so yeah, it's been weird because I just got back to Japan yesterday, and all of a sudden, before it was cold, it's like all of a sudden it got super hot. It's like pretty hot out today. And you know how Japan gets pretty humid during the summer too, and this is just the beginning, so not looking forward to that hot humidity that we have here. All right, here you go. So Luca Merli, that's an incomplete. That is an incomplete for his first run. But like I said, you know, there's 2 runs per driver. So all the drivers that got an incomplete for the first run, good luck for the second. And now we are moving on to the next driver right here, lined up, driving the JZX 100 Mark II from Isshin, Origin Labo. Car number 96 is Katsuhiro Meguro. So Meguro's car used to have less stickers and it looked like a street car. It was pretty cool. Look at that. Teeth. Like the fighter jet style livery on the mount of his helmet. All blacked out, murdered out, JZX. Then Origin body kit. Got them Ganadors, GT wing. Pretty sure that's a 2J, packed with the 2J. Now let's see some action here, and it looks like it's a go. Gets into outside zone 1 a little later. A lot of throttle coming from outside zone 3. Doesn't make it all the way out to the touch and go. So there you go, clean run by Meguro. That's right, Ebisu car on roids, I like that. And yes, the Origin kit looks really, really good. What engine are you guys a fan on? I know a lot of people are going to say 2J, you know. What else? Is there anybody that likes anything else? Yes, JZXs are boats compared to the S chassis, but very mild. A lot of guesses of, you know, being in the 50s here, maybe 60. Oh, VR38, I love those. VQs are great. VG, yeah. Nobody out there with a VG, but 1J, they're double checking something on Meguro's run, and I think they're pointing something out. I'm not sure what they're pointing out. VR, KA, LS swap, KA24, 1Js, L28, yeah, old school. Man, all these engines, but no 4AGs? Y'all probably think, just throw that in the dumpster, right? Not for high power drifting. Fun engine though. Now the guessing keeps going. I see a lot of 50s and 60s as the score go. RB30, F20, S20, yeah, B58. Y'all are, there's a variety of y'all out there. Then here you go, Meguro gets a 56, Great job by Meguro. Probably not the score he wanted, but 56. At least he has a score. That's more than a lot of some of the drivers that previously went. Now, this is a V8, I think it's a V8 twin turbo, driven by Yukio Matsui from M2 Evolution, Matsumoto Kiyoshi, F22 BMW 220 IM Sports. You hear that V8 going with the turbo? Very compact. Ooh, look at that quick flick. Ah, but doesn't make it to the outside zone 2. Zips the tire at the beginning of outside zone 3. Doesn't make it out to the touch and go. Man, you all know Matsui, right? He's a D1 driver. He drives the FD there. So totally different style of judging, totally different cars. And seems like he's been kind of struggling with the car. I mean, new layouts, new cars. But Matsui, he was actually the winner of the FDJ 2 years ago. And that's how he came into Formula Drift Japan Series. I think it's not an E90, it's a F22. So it's actually the newer body style BMW coupe. Packed with a V8. Got some scores out there, 70s, 60s, 50s, and some 40s. Man, y'all some harsh judges. There you go, Matsui with a 64. Matsui with the 64. All right. So Matsui with the 64. Now at least got a score for the first run. See what's going to happen with the next driver. And the next driver up is Konosuke Fujimoto from D-Racing S15 Sylvia. He was running the SR for the longest time and switched it up to a 2J last year. I really like his car. It's really clean. It's got the white. The white just pops. Cool looking car. Boom, look at that. A lot of angle. He looks like he lands it. Maybe that's a tire, 2 tires off at the outside zone 3. Not as deep at the touch and go. And the outside zone 4. But man, I'd have to say his outside zone 1 looked pretty sick. Yeah, I really like, man, if I had a car, I would probably make it something like this, like dark blue with some white and some white wheels. I really like that clean look. All right. Now what you guys think on that? I think in working on this car, I think if you guys know, who Koguchi is, obviously he's a legend driver from D1 from a long time ago. And Koguchi is one of his head mechanics. I think he's taking care of his team for him on the car. So it's really great to see. When you come out to the FDJ rounds, you see a lot of some of the legend drivers from before. There you go, Fujimoto with the 79. Fujimoto with the 79, great job. That puts him into second place right after Daigo's 82. Good job by Fujimoto. I mean, that was I would have to say that was a pretty sick entry and run. All right, this guy's all over the world, driving in Thailand, in various places, and now he's back for more action here in FD Japan, driving the Team Kazama with Motis. JZA 80 Supra, it's Benjamin Chim. Benjamin going crazy on the straight. Not a hard flick, a lot of e-braking, but manages to try to shimmer his way into the outside zones. A lot of throttle, kind of misses the touch and go. Here you go. I know he does really good in the Thailand series, and I think he's been trying to bring or make a S15 over here too, because he really likes how that chassis is compared to what he's driving. But let's see what the judges have to say. Exactly. Is that a Supra, bro? It is. It's a real Supra, JZ80 Supra. He's had this car for quite a long time too. All right, car number 83, Benjamin. Let's see what the judges have for his first run. Y'all could keep the guessing going. Looks like a lot of 50s, 40, 45, 56, and we got 59 for Benjamin's first run. Let's see if he could up that for a second run. So I'm not sure how much his car weighs, but I know, the Soras and the Supras are, heavier chassis, but there are ways to get them light as well. Yes, Benjamin's been struggling with this car, seems like, for the past few times I've seen him. Now we're going to go into the next driver. It's car number 93, Yuichi Amagai from Perfect Style, driving the S15, the bright yellow S15 Sylvia. a little short at outside zone 2. Doesn't make it into the touch and go and the outside zone 4. Kind of zipping through the track, not bringing the rear of the vehicle in the outside zones. All right, so Amagai's run there. You heard that 2J screaming through. Yeah, you know, I've heard a lot of the, you know, the track doesn't flow well, but my idea last year was to make the outside zone 3 later and putting in a manji here in front of the judging stand. And instead of making outside zone 4 at the end on the right side, we should make it on the left side and do a transition and finish. That was my idea though. Maybe they'll do that one day. I think that would be kind of the cool, putting in another transition there. Maybe another cool track for tandeming. But you know what? There's not a whole lot they can pick and choose out of this track where the audience could be. Here you go, Amagai gets a 53. 53 for the first run. Man, a lot of 50s out here. 60s and 50s. All right, another driver up. It is car number 17. It's Jin Hino from Tops Racing Toyo with TSA Group Mu. Brand new build GR86. Ooh, a lot of flick. Fills the zones. Dips the tire and goes kind of deep at outside zone 3, losing his bumper. Almost a straight shot going through outside zone 3 to the touch and go and finishes strong on the right. A wild run by Hino. Thought he was going to go deeper at outside zone 1, but he did at outside zone 2. Then he throws away his bumper at outside zone 3. No, Hino's driving the GR86. That was saucy. Yes, the bumper exits the chat room there. Here you go, you saw the run on replay as well. What do you guys think? Good style points. Got some 60s here. See what you guys think. You gotta think about, how much of the line has he filled and how much angle he was. And it's a hard process to think of all of that in your head. Because, yeah, it was really hard for me to, judge and commentate up until last year. So I'm just reading off what's going on and seeing. There you go, Hino with a 65. Hino ends up with a 65 for his first run. Yeah, so I think, they do have to change up some things, but that's not up to me. So it's really up to them, see what they want to do. So let's see how they go. Maybe they'll change things over last year. Maybe it'll be the same. I'm not sure. We'll see how it goes. Car number 774, it is Matsuyama from Cusco Racing, driving the GR86, which Hino was driving last year. Oh, that's scary right there, going from the... Man, look at that. And he said he likes driving this better than the Supra. Boom. A big pop there. Right in front of the judging stand. And very deep angle at the last outside zone 4 and finish it. Man, the ex-Formula Drift Japan champion right here. Matsuyama showing off his skills. Man, that kind of scared me. Going from the outside zone 1 to 2. There's a gap there from the rumble strip. And a lot of some of the drivers loses deep beats there. Man, he lays down some pretty hardcore angle at the last outside zone. Great job. That's a GR86 with the 2J in it. Man, Matsuyama, such an expert. Like I said, this is the GR86 that Minoa was driving last year, the event. And this event, Minoa was not competing. I think he's only competing like 3 rounds, I think, in FDJ 2. They're concentrating on, you know, competing in the US, so we'll see. Now we got some 100s, we got some 80s. I'm expecting this score. I mean, there you go, 86. 86. Matsuyama takes the lead with the 86-point run. Congratulations. Hey, y'all are pretty good. I mean, some of you said 100. That's probably not right, but 3JZ Toyota. There you go, 86. Exactly. He's like, hold my beer. I got this. Now, another really, really great driver all the way from Thailand, car number 56. It's Ming driving the Mr. DIY Linglong Tire Drift Team Orange GR86 with the 2J. This driver is somebody to look out for, too, because in his native country, he is a ripper. And I believe this young driver, he's only like 18 or 19. He already knows how to rip. And there you go, Ming in his first run. Looks like he's, you know, a little conservative, but a very, very clean run. Maybe that's what he's looking for, or that's what he's going for, you know, filling the zones, doing what he's supposed to do out here. No, not Tengu-jan. Tengu-jan is not competing in FD Japan. He was gonna, then they went to compete in D1 instead. And here you go. That's Mr. DIY Umbrella Girl there. She's a, I think she's a really famous Umbrella Girl in Japan. Here you go, Ming with the 77. Not bad for a first run, being in the high 70s. Y'all were saying 83, 78, you know. Yeah, I think he's part of Team Orange too, but his main is the Mr. DIY, so not the green and whatnot. And man, it should have. It's hitting right now. They're just like, you know what, cut it. It's like, you know what? I don't need a mask. I'll just cut it right here. Fiberglass, no problem. All right, here we go. This is Mao Yamanaka driving the Good Ride Motorsports A90 Supra. This is Kenji Yamanaka's son, competing in D1 this year and also Formula Drift Japan. Young, expert driver. Let's see what he's got. Here we go. Not a hard flick, but fills the zone. Ooh, kind of struggles at the outside zone too. And makes it to the touch and go and finishes off the track on the right. Good job by Yamanaka. The entry and the outside zone 2 area right here looks like he leaves the outside zone 2 a little early, but still going to get a score in. So great job by Yamanaka. Double dipping in various series. I think he drives the A90 Supra in D1 as well, so probably very familiar with this chassis. Another young driver that made it from the Formula Drift FDJ 2 round, winning that, making it into FDJ, and now landing a deal driving for Good Ride Motorsports. All right, now, hey, y'all need to make up your mind, man. The score is all over the place. Is it at 60 or 70 or 90 or 1,000? Oh man, come on, man. You guys sound worse than the FD USA judges, including me. No, they're great people. I work with a bunch of great people in the US, and the judges, you know, it's just different perspectives. You know, everybody's trying their best to make it work. Now you go. Mao Yamanaka gets a 69 here at on his first run. That's a score in the books for him. So that's better than getting an incomplete like some of the drivers in some 50s. Makes it into the 60s, almost in the 70s. So good job by Yamanaka. Now let's move on to the next driver. This is car number 666, Shuichi Mano, driving the Vittor Racing with Chatty Boy style S13 1 Via. Pack with a 2J. He's, you know, one of the privateer drivers, but he is just hanging in there. Does a good job. Right there, look at that, nice flick. Oh, a lot of tires off right there on the right side. It looks like he might have been 3. I can see the judges kind of giving up on their scores. Maybe that might be an incomplete. All right. I think that might have been 3 tires total. Yeah, he kind of went out looking for something in the dirt. Might have been 2. Waiting on, oh, yep, it's official. Mano's first run is going to be an incomplete. Unfortunately, it's an incomplete. So, yeah, that's going to be it for Mano's first run. He still has a second one. He still got a chance, so got my fingers crossed for him for the next run. All right, so the next driver up, I don't know, I don't want to mess up his name, but it's car number 89, Latapon Kyuchin from Nexter Drive to Drift, GR86. Clean build. Nice flick at the outside zone 1. Here's the popping going on in the 2J. Doesn't feel the outside zone 4 as well, but he definitely gets a score in there. Kind of a lot of stop and go, but he is making his way to the outside zone. Yeah, it seems like a lot of the drivers are kind of struggling, but yeah. I mean, yeah, and check out the cars, dude. It looks, you know, different kinds of livery. You know, we have a lot of drivers coming in from Asia. And I think he is the Nexter Drive to Drift. So they are from Thailand. They got different style livery out there too. Building a GR86. Yeah, so I think the wing rules here in Japan is a little different from the US, but there you go. That's what they call him, Pop. Pop gets an 83. Pop gets an 83, so that puts him into second place in qualifying right now. Good job. Big Wang Gang. A lot of tire smoke. No. I shouldn't comment anywhere. Now another young driver, car number 131, Ryuma from Samurai Style, Team Orange Jr. with the JZX 100. This is the car that Kanta drove last year and actually took the series here in Formula Drift Japan. So now, the young driver, I think Ryuma's like 16 or 15, or he's like another Minoa coming out of Japan with a lot of skill and an excellent driver. Here we go. So what do y'all think of that run? How much, you know, what do you think he's gonna get? Ooh, I see a 90. 84, yes, he's using the whole track. Yes, JZXs are kind of a boat. He used to actually drive an Aristo, the GSs, so that was more of a boat. Where it goes, she's pointing at her sponsors, not the top area. All right, so we got to, you know, a lot of mid 80s. Yes, the JZX is kind of like a cheat code car. Mild, big, already, you know, easy to throw a 2J in it. You can make it pretty light. Yeah, very consistent run by Duma. 80. Duma gets a 80, so that puts him in 4th place, I believe. 4th place. Young driver is driving like an AI. Hey, you never know. Maybe one day we're going to have no drivers. They're all going to be AI. Next driver, the OG. Car number 21, Kenshiro Gushi from all the way from California. Driving the Team Kusaba with Moti's Lexus IS 500F Sports Performance Drift. A lot of swinging. Boom. Kind of misses the outside zone too. Not as deep, but a lot of angle. And a clean job here at the, I think that might be the deepest I've seen at the touch and go. Makes his way to the last outside zone 4 in a very clean, smooth run by Ken Gushi. Gushi gang, that's right. Big Lexus, talk about a boat. That's a boat right there. That's a big body 4-door right there. Yes, Gushi drives in the U.S. He just came back from he came from the States after he did the Atlanta round. Now he's doing FDJ round, and like in a week, a little over a week, he's gonna have to go back to Orlando. Busy man. Well, I'm traveling same schedule as he is, but he does the driving. I just sit there and push buttons and act like what I'm knowing and talking. So I got the easier job. Well, not easier job. I get hated on as well, so, or crapped on. Now, Gushi gang, what is he gonna get? Is it gonna be in the 70s? Is it gonna be the 80s? Is it gonna be in the 90s? What do y'all think? 200 for Gush? All right. That's right, Gushi on that international grind. Bring this car over from the, I don't know if he likes this car better or not. Maybe I'll try to ask him later about the GR or this. See a lot of 70s. There you go. Ken Gushi with the 70 for his first score. I think the line, maybe the line is kind of hurting him at maybe the outside zone 2 area. But we'll see what he's going to do for a second run. Now moving on to the next driver. Car that you don't see in the States. It's a GR Yaris driving the Cusco Racing GR Yaris. It's car number 770, Yoshitatsu Kaneda. All right, I'll just let you guys hear the 2J. Wow, this gets deep into the touch and go, and a lot of waiting in between the zones. But overall, he nails the line. Looks like he does a good job on filling the zones, and I think that's what he's going for to make it out to the touch and go. Just takes a little bit to get back on throttle, but hey, you know what? I'm not a judge, I'm just talking, so. No, Hiroya's not competing. He's competing only like 2 or 3 events, I think, FDJ. He's concentrating on the US. Because I think he just got back yesterday from doing stuff on the East Coast after the Atlanta round. Now we see 70s, 80s. What is it gonna be? 80. See, y'all are getting, you guys are getting on, you guys are kind of getting up there, on the guessing. Oh man, you said stop talking. Sorry. I have to. I can stop talking. Yes, I am reading the chat. And here you go, another GR. This is the EVA RT Unit 02. Good Ride GR Yaris. Good Ride Motorsports with Evangelion Racing. It's Wataru Masayama, XFT USA driver. A little bit of room on the outside zone too. A lot of throttle here. It's a pretty cool livery for those of you Evangelion fans. Guys, it says I love you, Asuka. Looks like he does a good job in outside zone 3, and the touch and go area too gets really deep. Good job. Yes, I bet you guys are missing Wataru in the States, not competing in the States, but there you go. Look at the girls. That's what you guys wanted to see, right? Yeah, the Yaris does kind of look like a snail. Taniguchi is over there. He's on the Japanese side live stream. So if you want to hear Taniguchi, he's on the... you have to jump over to the Japanese live stream side. But now the judges are contemplating putting in their scores right now for the line, angle, and style. Yeah, he didn't do a good job at outside zone 2, but yes, I think the rest of the zones he did pretty good. So, all right, Matsuyama, 68. 68 points. Hey, you know what? That's the score though. Let's see, he could do a better job on the line. Got the 19. That's pretty harsh. But let's see how he's going to do for his next run. All right, y'all. We have about we got 10 more drivers left for their first runs of qualifying here. Actually 9, because I think Hanawa is bowing out. Something is wrong with his vehicle, and Kale Rovampera is not here, which is in 9th place. So we're going to move right to the next driver, car number 73, with Ikuo Saito driving the Motis West Auto R35 GTR VR, packed with a VR. I just drove one of these a few days ago at in the States. Jerry's old car that I used to compete in. Big body, but hey man, it's cool car to swing around. And it looks like Saito figured the car out, putting it where he needs to on the track. Not as deep at the outside zone 4, but there you go. So like I said, car number 870, Hanawa, Akiro Hanawa from GGR Racing with Good Ride is not driving his first run, and we had to skip him. And going right to car number 73, Ikuo Saito from Motis West Auto, R35 GTR. GTR gang. Where's my car? Man, I ain't got a car, man. I'm broke. Sick run. Y'all like that? I'm not sure if they're going to adapt, or I don't know if they're going to bring in the new format. I've been talking about it, but I think they just want to... Japan kind of wants to stick with what they do here. So it's going to be a little separate. Yes, it's a VR38, and thank you. Joyce is actually answering everything from Formula Drift. Thank you for staying up whatever time it is out there, supporting the live chat here. So, you don't want to see me out there embarrass myself. So here goes Saito with the 73 big body R35 GTR. Still gets a 73. Good job by Saito. All right, now we have a couple more drivers on their first runs. They have 2 runs, and in between the 2 runs, we have a break in between there. And lined up is car number 77, driving the Team Cusco Racing GR86 is Yusuke Kusaba Baki. Nickname is Baki. There you go, fills the zones. Baki looks super comfortable in this GR86. Man, it's like a dart going to the touch and go. Man, that was a pretty sick run by Kusaba there. I'm just reading the chat. I think it's funny. Here you go. Yeah, let's talk about Kusaba's run. I think he did a great job. But like I said, I'm not the judge, so. Let's see what the score is going to be there for Kusaba. Yes, I drove a car a little bit with some of the FD drivers. Yeah, it makes me want to drive again, so we'll see what happens. You never know, you know. Things could change in a in a heartbeat, so we'll see. But I'm an old man, so you don't want to see old guys driving anymore. You want to see all the young drivers putting down their time, doing their thing and their grind out there for the sport and the series. Yeah, this, you know what, actually, that's a good one from RPM Drift. I'm not going to say it's awkward, but it's very similar to the St. Louis stretch that they have. So there you go, Kusaba with the 85. Kusaba with the 85. Man, Matsuyama from Cusco driving the GR86 got an 86. Kusaba also driving pretty much the same car gets an 85. So they got something figured out right there. So great job by both of the drivers. $2025 driver. If I get 1 million views on something, maybe I'll do it. All right, let's talk about the next driver. The veteran is Tetsuya Hibino from Good Ride Motorsports with Evangelion Racing. Look at the other Evangelion car. The Purple Z. Eva RT. Unit 01. I remember he came out swinging last year with this car for the first time. He did a pretty sick run in the rain, but Hibino, a super excellent veteran driver. Man, this, I mean, I'm telling you, Hibino drives anything like a wild man. But a good job by Hibino. Another Eva car. I know y'all like that right there. Oh, that's right. He did win in one of the D1 rounds. Yes, I know. Hibino's killing it too. Like you said, I'll think about it. Maybe I'll try to do something. Not in the States, maybe in Japan. That's right, Hibino got in his bot. So you got 90s, 80s. Yes, I don't really want to talk about my personal stuff, but yeah, go check out my YouTube if you want. All right, so 83, Hibino with the 83. Now all these guys probably got the hang of it and how the judging is judging it, so we see a lot of 80s. Oh yeah, Shinji is not, he hasn't been driving since his son because he's there supporting his son. So instead of driving, he does, you know, everything in the background. Yes, Hibino just won the D1 round 2 at the finals. And you know what? Daigo got second in both rounds. So very good job by these drivers and just coming right over here to Suzuka and just adapting and changing everything. It's great. Now this is another man representing Brazil from Sidex Japan with 5X Brazil and Liberty Walk S15 Sylvia. Yukio Fausto, car number 555. Look at that crazy body kit. A lot of sideways and a lot of smoke here by Fausto. Looking good at the outside zone 3. A long stretch here at the touch and go. Doesn't feel the touch and go as much as he should. But man, that is a clean, shiny car. I really like the way it's chromed out. I really like that. It looks pretty dope. Here you go. That car is crazy. Just imagine getting whacked by the rear end of that. If you're like standing by the wall or something with a rear spoiler, probably hurts. Yes, that kid is insane, and the driver is also insane. It's a crazy driver all the way from Brazil, or representing Brazil. And that's the whole thing. He was talking about, you know, the theme of the color of the car. It's just like the flag. So, you know, good job. There you go. Some of his supporters there. Got a lot of high 70s. Yes, he's pretty good. All right, Yukio Fausto gets a 79 right under the 80 mark. But you know what? That's high 70s. And you know what? Considering the way everything is with the judging, I think the 79 is a pretty fairly good score. So let's see what all the other drivers have for the second run. But I think that's going to be good enough to put him through for the qualify. Now another crazy driver all the way from Thailand driving the Good Ride Motorsports. Nexter, S15 Sylvia, car number 45. It's S. You know what? He has a longer name, but he goes by S. from a long time ago, from the FD Asia days. And now he is here. Man, this dude's insane. A lot of e-braking, but he makes it, tries to stretch it out to the outside zone 2. Very clean job at the outside zone 3. And the long stretch doesn't feel the touch and go, but makes it out to the last outside zone. So what do you guys think about S's run? Here you go, another 2J S15. Man, we're starting to get a lot of, I thought we kind of started to merge away from the S15s, 2Js, but we still do have a lot of those too. But I think we have less JZXs, I think. All right, no, you don't want me to bust out anything because I'll just go out there and embarrass myself. All right, so we got some 60s, 70s, decent. 69, 75, 82, 78, 82, 84. Come on, man. Y'all are kind of all over the place. You guys talk about FDUS judges are all over the place. You guys are all over the place. Here you go, S with the 80. S with the 80. Japanese version of Forrest right there. But he's not Japanese though. He's from Thailand. So Thailand version of Forrest, right? And here you go, all lined up. This is the top 3 going up next. Hibino already went earlier. Was 3rd place on the podium. Last round at Fuji, car number 37. It's Koichi Yamashita with the TMM Racing Team Good Ride BMW E92 Coupe. 2J E92. Veteran, used to drive the Weld car. Misses the outside zone 2. Leaves the outside zone 3 a little early. Deep on the touch and go. Doesn't feel the outside zone 4 too. Yes, we want Robbie and FDJ. Let's make that happen. All right, so Yamashita, yes, the 3-time champion, not in the Weld car anymore, driving the E92. Man, you know what? Yamashita's been, I've known Yamashita since a long, long time ago, and he's been, you know, a driver for a while. And I think he retired once and came back. So maybe it is my time to do that too. So Yamashita, kind of iffy on the line there, and that's just my opinion, but we'll see how he's going to do and how the judges see that. Yes, so Yamashita gets a scoring, but that's a 67. He gets a 67 for his first run, but that's a score, so it's way better than, you know, some of the incompletes that we had. Like you said, the line got an 18. He's got a lot of room to wiggle, so let's see how he's going to do. Now we're skipping last event's 2nd place, which is Masanori Kohashi, which from Team Orange with Linglong Tire driving the A90 Supra. He's not competing this round, so we're going to go straight to last round's winner. It is car number 36, Kazumi Takahashi, driving the identical car from Yamashita from TMS Racing, Team Good Ride. It's a BMW E92. This is packed with a VR38 stroked, crazy build. Yes, Yamashita did have the brake before too. Boom, nice flick by. Takahashi puts the car where he wants it, very clean. Man, I'd have to say it's like nearly perfect up to here. Fills the touch and go and makes it all the way to the outside zone 3. Hey, you know what, line-wise, man, this looks like a pretty perfect run, in my opinion. All right, so let's go ahead and check this out. Takahashi, a lot of angle, a lot of line, and he's like right on the verge on the outside line. Man, this is a pretty sick run right here. Yes, I see a lot of 90s, and you know what? This could happen here. Takahashi just laid down some good runs. Hey, come on, man. I mean, everybody's trying. I mean, I'm not. I think all the judges are doing a good job. So, Y'all gotta trust me on this, okay? Everybody, like, you just don't know the backstory and what's going on behind, and they may have a different opinion with everybody, but, you know, it's never a 50-50, or it's always like a 50-50, 40-60, you know. It's never a 0 to 100, so they have their reasons too. It just sucks that we don't have enough time to explain that on the live stream as well. And, you know, just put the trust into us as judges. Now, man, that run from Takahashi was pretty darn crazy. I know what I would have gave him if I was a judge. But '89, right outside of the 90-point score. Man, no 90s yet. Hopefully we could see a 90. Hopefully we could see a 90 at the next run. The line, there's a 3-point deduction. You know, some deduction here and there. Oh, you want to see a burnout? Can't do one right now. I ain't got a car. There you go. That's Takahashi pulling in, and he just sideswiped the #1 qualifier points right there. So here you go. Hanawa, actually, we don't even have 32 cars that are filling the field yet. So Hanawa didn't even drive, and he got an incomplete, and he's sitting 32nd. This should probably change after the second runs. I'm pretty sure all the drivers that incompleted shouldn't be incompleting on the second run, so hopefully they can get a score in. And, you know, the cutoff right now is a 0. So hopefully we can get some more scores on the board to fill the top 32 here at FD Japan. 2024 G-Shock presents Formula Drift Japan, FD Japan Round 2 Suzuka Twin Circuit here in Mie Prefecture. As of now, we're going to have one by run because, you know, the number 32 spot is incomplete. So the #1 qualifier is going to be, yeah, you're going to have a by run. All right, so tomorrow there's going to have the Formula Drift ride-alongs. Come on out here on Sunday. You're going to have to sign up at 8:10 when you come. They're going to pick a winner out of the, you know, however many people that are going to sign up. You're going to go for ride-alongs. I'm going to be driving one of the cars. It's a left-hand drive, automatic ISF. We're going to have some fun out here. We have 3 cars. It's a taxi. I'm sorry, 3 cars. We have 2 cars, but 3 seats each. So there's plenty of room for a lot of people. So come on out if you're in the area and come win a ride-along. It's free of charge. It's going to be dope. Yeah, so you can get a ride-along from me, and you could say you got a ride-along with one of the guys that work with Formula Drift Japan in the U.S. Now on Sunday as well here at Suzuka Twin Circuit, come on over and sign up in between 8:30 in the morning to 11 in the morning at the number 10 pit. Sign up your kids so they could go out for the kids walk. Experience, you know, the early stage experiences are really huge and a lot of impact on kids. So you can bring your kids out here. Obviously the parents will be able to come out as well when we do the top 16 ceremony. The kids will come out, you know, with the parents. Come on out to the track. Come and check out the drivers close, and also check out the cars very close, and feel how the track is. So we're going to take a short break in between the first qualifying run and the second qualifying run. We'll be right back after these short messages.
Bluetooth 搭載 G-Shock Casio. The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid, Valentine.
究極の静かさと安全性。オンロード、オフロード、世界中で活躍する剣だ。その信頼を支える静音性、安定性と対摩耗性。世界が認めた技術と信頼を街乗りである。高品質と納得の価格、タイヤのポテンシャルをあなたに。剣だ。
Ultimate lubricant. Mortis.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
Made in Japan. Breed. In a world of extremes, this is where they're refined. The real deal. Cusco.
伝統と革新、小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮。チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ、小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC。
All right, welcome back to all you drifting fans out there. We are going to kick off the second half of the qualifier here at Mie Prefecture, Suzuka Twin Circuit. It's the 2024 G-Shock presents Formula Drift Japan Round 2 Qualify Day today. So now in Japan it is 1400, which is 2 in the afternoon. We still do have, about I think 40 cars or so that is going to do their second run. We don't have 32 spots filled on the top 32 ladder. So let's see who's gonna make it in today. Everybody has a chance. And speaking of which, going back to, the lines and stuff, they're painting the lines. A lot of the tracks don't want you to. And Suzuka Twin is actually, more of a local track here. A lot of drifting going on this half. And it's called Suzuka Twin because the other half of Suzuka is more for grip racing. So this half that we're driving on, the drifting side of it is drifting. So, I think, he didn't have his chin strap on? I don't know. There you go. The driver's all ready, but here you go. We've got a driver from Team 441 BW Academy driving the A31 Zafiro. That's the only Zafiro here with the Boss front end on it. It is Yo. It's Yo Z-Chain. It's yeah. Hey, but that's my car number 31 right there. Car number 31. Now, I met him a while back from the FDJ days, and here we go. He is on fire. He got a 77 for his first run. Bam, look at that flick. Fills his own. Oh, spins it around. Hey, but you know what? That's what you want to see. Look at that. That was exciting. And yes, it's not, what he wanted to do. And I'm pretty sure he didn't want to get an incomplete on that run. But man, that was exciting. And unfortunate for him, but that's going to be an incomplete. But he got a 77 on his first run, so I think that's good enough. Look at that flick. Look at that flick. Wild driver right there. That just kind of shows, don't go into that, kitty litter right outside of the outside zone too, because that's going to catch your tire. And there you go. We got the witches out there sweeping. There you go. Yozi Cheng. Second run incomplete, but the first run was a 77. Car's all right, driver's all right, but a lot of sand on the track. It's gonna be a while for these witches and their brooms, but it works pretty good though. I'm telling you, if you never use these, it's good for raking leaves, for gravel, multi-purpose. And it's branches, so it's good for the environment. And look at this, the Eva girls out here. Oh man, how do you guys like that? I'm gonna go take a peek at their booth later. Yes, the sweepers, MVPs, the track guys are always, even back. I get a chance to hang out with the track guys in Formula Drift USA too. But everybody, good dudes, good hangs. After Atlanta last event, I got to go and do some. We went to hit some balls out at a golf place. That was really fun. And lined up right there at the start line, that is probably one of the most famous Japanese drivers here, is Naoki Nakamura. First time in Formula Drift Japan. Naoki, a veteran, an expert driver. Don't have to explain anything else from this man. Driving the Silk Play Sports N-Style GR86 from Team Foligno and N-Style. There you go, makes it into the zones. Seems like he's being very careful here and leaves perfectly outside zone B. Let's see what he's going to do at the touch and go. No straightening there, halfway through the touch and go, and now the finish. Very, very strong run by Nakamura. So I'm guessing that that's not an incomplete. So there you go. That's the 32nd driver that's going to fill the spot for sure. What do y'all think about the whole pop-in and everything? And his livery and everything. So much of a different style from anybody out and anywhere else is Naoki. So, man, can't wait to see his tandem today. Or I'm sorry, which is going to be tomorrow. You're going to have to come back for that for sure. To watch his tandem tomorrow. I'm just making assumptions that he made a score. Let's see what the score is going to be. What do y'all think? It's a pretty clean run though, yeah? 84. Naoki Nakamura with the 84 on his second run. Making it into the top 32. If you're in the 80s, you got to be able to get it in there unless like everybody turns it up all of a sudden. But there you go, 84 points. What do y'all think about that? A lot of you guys are pretty spot on, pretty good. All right, and another legendary driver from Fat 5 Racing driving the crazy NASCAR V8 Altezza is Daigo Saito from Fat 5 Racing. Look at that. Listen to that car. I'm just gonna shut up. Boom, flick. Outside zone 2. Wow, these guys are just turning it up for their second run. Boom, pretty good on the touch and go. And man, Daigo is going for that top spot because that was a pretty hot run there. That is a pretty impressive run there. Now that's the champ, you know, former Formula Drift USA champ. Daigo's been struggling, you know, driving on the outside lines, but he seems like he's got it down really good. And this isn't a crazy horsepower car. It's like 600 plus. He's on nitrous. But just imagine, you know, if he's back with his other vehicle in a Supra. But man, good job. This is like a secondary car that he just brought up. This man could pretty much drive anything. You know, Naoki, Daigo, both expert drivers here. Y'all know that's going to be in the 80s for sure. Never know. It might be in the 90s too, but let's see. A lot of throttle. No, I try to shut up so you guys could enjoy the car. You don't want to hear me. 88! Daigo Saito, 88, puts him in his second spot for the qualify. Great job. Wow, some of you guys got spot on too. 86, 88, 89, 90, 89, 86. Man, you guys are getting... You know what? Hands down. You guys are better judges than us. All right, so car number 888 is Jyamaken from Freestyle and Laudada Club Racing, Kenda Tire S15 Sylvia. Rocking the SR with a V head. Got a 62 on his first run. Let's see what he's got on his second. And the long stretch to the touch and go and finishes the track. Now, hey, you know the SRs, everybody's like, oh man, SR is over, you know, the SR is still kicking, so good job. I try to keep, you know, stay on top of the chat as well. But yeah, Jyamaken did a pretty good job. I think that's going to be better than a 62 though, for sure. Than his first run. I see some 70s and 80s. I think an 80 sounds fair. Like maybe late 70s, 80 or something. Late 70s. Let's see what he got. Yeah, like 76. I'm guessing with you guys. Yeah, the straight is awkward, we know. But they had to use this side of the track, and they wanted to stick with this. And there's so many, you guys know, you know, there's so many behind, you know, trying to change things on the track. There's a lot of things that you got to go through in layers. Hey, Jyamaken got a 70. I was kind of off. You guys are kind of off. You got a 70. But yeah, SR is still kicking it, but Jyamaken made a 70. That's way better than his 62. So that should secure his spot in the top 32, looking at the rest of the scores that we have lined up for their first runs. That's probably one of the only SRs that are left. Now we got a next driver up. It's driving the CN86 with the 2J808. Nakamura Miyagi from Car Guy Racing. Dr. Miyagi is right here. He's going to swing it wide. Doesn't feel the outside zone 1. Gets deep. 1 tire off. Keeps going. Takes it wide on the outside zone 3. Good job coming up to the touch and go, and hopefully he feels the touch and go. And right here, doesn't feel the last outside zone, but I think that's got to be better than a 51. I know he had a tire off, but it's got to be better than that. All the popping and everything. There's a lot of 2Js here in Japan, but everybody's usually on anti-lag, nitrous, all kinds of cool popping noises. I like it. I mean, but I gotta say, like, I really love the way V8s are, because like Daigo's car sounds pretty dope, and probably because I don't hear it every day, like some of y'all do, you know, from, you know, in the US or Australia or anywhere that has a lot of the V8s. So what do you think? Do you guys think it's gonna be better than a 51? Or do you guys, oh, you guys are saying 0? What up with that? I know it was a horrible run, but that was a tire off, so that should be a line deduction, right? Or was that 3 tires? What am I missing? See, man, I'm blind, man. I gotta go get my eyes checked. Hear all the hissing with the air and everything. That's you know, trying to bring you guys to, you know, the pits to see how that's going. It's very different. We don't have, you know, huge trailers everywhere. Everybody usually has a, you know, a smaller, more petite pit area than how it is in the US and maybe some of the other countries. Here you go. The GR Yaris driven by Kaneda. Look at that. 2 huge brake calipers. One for the foot, one for the e-brake, Win-Max brake calipers, some NK wheels, wrapped in some Advent 8009s. 58. Miyagi gets a 58. He does up his score by 7 points. Not an incomplete, thank God. But he has a score in. So style, it's a 15. Line, it's a 15. Totally get that. Ha. Hey, you know what? It's better to roast myself than somebody else doing it for me. My feelings don't get as hurt because I'm ready for it. All right, now enough with the jokes. Now we got Tomoki Tanaka, car number 5 from the TPSR Bridge Links. Good ride. JZX 100 Chaser. He got an incomplete for his first run. Let's see what he can do with the second, because this is an exciting driver. Ah, he misses outside zone 2. But hopefully it's not an incomplete. Whips the car out at the last outside, or I'm sorry, outside zone 3. Touch and go. Fills the zone. And 1 tire off at the end, but finishes off. A very, very wild driver. You know, I think Tanaka, the past few years when I've been watching him, he's, you know, he's like a hit or miss guy. He comes in, some of his runs when I see him at practice, it's just like, bam, on point. You know, some of them, maybe it's the nerves, I'm not sure. Thank you very much for the commentary positiveness. And there you go, Tanaka finishes off his good run. I think there's a slight time lag when I'm reading your comments and where I'm at and what I'm seeing and stuff like that too. So excuse me on that. The timing might be a little off. But yeah, Tanaka. Ooh, that's an incomplete. Harsh call. But man, that's going to be the end of his weekend because he got an incomplete there. Thank you for the beer for later on. All right, now another driver sitting on an incomplete, car number 610, Murakami from Village Up, driving the GR86. Now another young driver with a V8 turbo. GR86, this car is fairly new. Let's see what he can do. Not filling the zone. Oh, there you go, he cut in. I don't know if that's gonna be considered a straightening. I saw some of the judges kind of doing the nod. We're checking the replay right now. That might be an incomplete, not sure. Yeah, so waiting for the next driver up, but that first run, or I'm sorry, the second run of Kei Murakami might be an incomplete. Not sure how that's going to be handled by the judges. Is it going to be official here? Yep, it's an official incomplete for Murakami. It's unfortunate he is knocked out, not making it into the top 32 tomorrow. It's unfortunate. Now I'm just trying to, keep up the, deliver the, messages or to tell you what's going on here at the track. And I know you guys probably like, just Robbie, shut up, but that's what I gotta do. Car number 212, Ryutaro Oe from the Good Ride Motorsports, driving the FD. I think that's the only FD with the only rotary here, with the 58 on his first run. Driving his father's old car, ex-FD Japan driver. Waiting for his turn to go. Here you go, hear that three-rotor. Rotary. 58 on his first run, let's see what he's gonna do. Nice strike on his first outside zone, not filling the outside zone too deep. But that looks like a pretty good line going through outside zone 3. So now he has to watch out. Not straightening, barely giving it angle. But deeper than he was earlier in his first run in the touch and go. And you know what? I think that's good enough to better his 58 on his for his second run. What do you guys think? I think that was good. Yeah, believe it or not, you like it or not, I'm gonna keep talking. Sorry, comes with the package. If you don't like it, you're just gonna have to mute the whole thing. All right, so some people, it says Asahi over Sapporo. Yes, I love Asahi beer. I like a lot of American beers too. Now we got some 70s here. We got Mao Yamanaka and also some of the Good Ride girls and the canola oil girls. Saying bye-bye. Everybody wave to them too, bye-bye. They might be able to see you. Nah, maybe. So here you go, 72. Makes a 72 for a second run, way better than his 58. Pretty sure he is stoked with that score. Good job by Oe. Now the next driver up is Cho Seong-jung, TMS Racing Team Good Ride. Flicks it. Kind of leaves outside zone 2 early. Doesn't make it into outside zone 3. Left foot braking. Doesn't make it. Yeah, not filling the zones as pleased by the judges, but you know what? I think that's better than an incomplete because he was sitting on an incomplete, so he's gonna get a score in. So at least he has a chance to fight for one of the spots in the top 32. So Cho Zhang Shunjin. Let's see what he got. Here you go. We got Takahashi actually sitting on first right now. Qualify. Holding a lifeguard. That's like a Japanese energy drink. Lifeguard. It's pretty good. You guys should try it when you come to Japan. Here you go. 57. 57. Hey, way better than an incomplete. So let's see how that's going to play out for him positioning into the top 32. Hopefully that's good enough. And some of you called it because after Cho-san, they call him Cho. So after Cho is going to be the bright pink car driven by Sam Lucas from Summit, Team Summit, S15 Sylvia. Packed with the 2J. He's got a lot of these dope parts in this car. All the way from Australia, living in Japan. Successful YouTuber. A great driver. Now let's see what Summit can do. Dipping a little bit on the outside zone 2. Not as deep at outside zone 3, but comes out really strong going to the touch and go. Has a hard time filling the touch and go. Flicks it. And cannot make it out to the outside zone 4 as well. No, there's a lot of you guys out there, Summit fans, that says go Summit, but a little timid at the outside zone 2. I think he swung it a little too hard. That kind of affected him going to the outside zone 3. And maybe came out a little bit too wide on outside zone 3, which made him end up not being able to get close in the touch and go and filling the outside zone 4. There you go on the door, it says be forward. So one of his supporters for his vehicle and his program in Japan. He got a pretty solid team and a solid car. Busy man here, Summit. Probably getting a little, or kind of struggling to get used to the track layout. But I know he's driven here before. So maybe some things aren't going right on his car, I'm not sure. All right, what do y'all think? I see some low scores on there. Yeah, he did miss some of the zones and stuff like that, but I'm pretty sure he'll be giving a better explanation on that run. So go check out his channel. So Sam Lucas with the 54. All right, so I'm not even sure where the cutoff is going to be, but fingers crossed for him. Hopefully he can make it into the top 32 for the battles. Yeah, Summit got a first, he got an incomplete on his first run, so that's the only score he's got. And another driver from outside of Japan, also sitting on an incomplete. She is Eko Gao, car number 919, 1087X, R32, or not R32 Skyline, I'm sorry, S13 Sylvia. Not a hard flick, very soft, gentle line going into outside zone 1, and looked like she was a little late on the initiation and didn't fill the first outside zone. Kind of missed the touch and go and finished off. I wonder if something's wrong with her vehicle or not, but I'm not sure. But I remember every time I talked to her last year for FDJ too, she was always like, I think I'm gonna throw up before the runs because she gets super nervous. So I think she's actually one of the only female drivers, I believe. Yeah, that are in FDJ. So hands down for Eko, doing what she can with the left-hand drive S13 Sylvia. This car looks dope though. Nice looking car. Rocket Bunny body kit. Rocket Bunny always got that style on the kits. All right, so what do y'all think with the score? Because I don't think that's going to be an incomplete, but she did not fill some of the zones. Maybe she might be dinged for a lot for style because of the late initiation. I am not sure. But like I said, I'm not going to speak too soon because I'm just sitting here commentating. Yeah, Drift Mom, Masayo Minowa is in FDJ too. Oh man, that's incomplete for Eko. All right, well, I mean, that's it for Eko for this weekend. Hard-fought battle, but she is going to be ending up with 2 incompletes here because maybe the late initiation, I'm not sure. That's really unfortunate, but better luck for her next time. Now let's go to the next driver, car number 125, Yoshika Tamagawa from Car Guy Racing with 5X, JZ80, Zeta Super Bro Supra, the 2J. And I might have spoke about this before. He was talking about this car. When he got the car. He got it for like $500. Please, guys, tell me if you guys ever find a $500 JZ80 anywhere in this world. Let me know. So here we go. Tamagawa, second run. First one with the 68. Manji flick right on the outside of the line at the outside zone 2. Takes it really softly and gently to the outside zone 3. And halfway there, the touch and go. Kind of have to drag the e-brake to get to the outside zone 4, but makes it through. All right, outside zone 3. Very gentle. I'm trying to keep up looking at the run and talk about it and look at the track. Yeah, I know some of you guys don't like the track, but come on. I mean, there's a lot of things I don't like, but you kind of have to put up with it. Like, you know, like the USA judges or the calls we make. Some of the things you don't like, but just hopefully you guys could, you know, keep it positive and, you know, enjoy the enjoy the drifting. All right, so that's a 77 from Tamagawa, way better than a 68 from his first run. You know what? The other day I got to actually drive Dan's car just to take it back to where the pit area is when there was a demo. And I was like, man, this car was built really, really nice. It's a cool car. All right, next driver up is Mikey Nakamura. He also is representing Brazil. Team Kusaba with Mikey Racing GR86, brand new car number 13. I think this car looks pretty dope. The whole livery and everything, and a wild driver as well. Man, that looks like a good way coming out of outside zone 3, filling the touch and go. Not as deep in the outside zone 4, but Mikey doing a good job. I think that's going to be better than a 66, but we'll see. Or I see, vamos. That means go, right? What Bora means? What does Bora mean for Mikey? All right, so it's not. I mean, come on, guys, like. I mean, drifting is nice anywhere, you know, whether if it's a different country or a different series, just enjoy the drifting and praise the driver for trying really hard to show us, you know, something crazy like this with the 75. Mikey Nakamura with the 75, bettering his score. Look at these drivers are improving on their second run for sure. It says go, go, go. Bora means vamos. Okay, vamos means go, right? Okay. I'm getting educated right here. Thank you, guys. All right, so car number 86, Keiichi Takashima from Team Kusama with Motis. The Lexus RC with a 61 on his first run. Let's see what he's going to get on his second run. Hear that too, Jay? Screaming right here through the mic. I mean, what do you guys think of this big body RC screaming through this? Thank you, guys. All right, so let's get back to this run. I think a very, very mild, not, you know, on the edge of the outside lines and the zones, but a clean run by Takashima. Let's see how the judges see that. What do y'all think about that run? Yeah, you know what? I think some of these tracks, you know, since they originally probably made these tracks not for drifting and not for, you know, wide lines, they probably made it as a road course. Probably didn't really worry about, you know, how the dynamics are on the outside. But, you know, that's something that the tracks are probably going to be looking forward to in the future, you know, probably because it's going to be an expensive fix. There you go, Takashima with the 73. Takashima with the 73. Dude, I think everybody is doing, except the, you know, incompletes, but I think all the drivers that I've seen so far are doing better. Most of the drivers are doing better than their first runs. So there you go. Saw that banner. It says Motis Lubricant. One of the sponsors on Team Kusama's vehicles there. And another driver waiting eagerly to go. Car number 59. It's Pon from Next Year Drive to Drift. S15 Sylvia, all the way from Thailand. Pon is from Thailand, but he speaks perfect Japanese as well. Known him for a while. he's an expert driver here. Oh no! Oh no, something happened. Just stopped right there. Man, if I had a car, man, I want my car to sound like that. That's pretty dope. It's like boom, boom, boom. Fireworks, all kinds of stuff. But yeah, unfortunately, Pon's car, huge correction after the outside zone 1. Getting into outside zone 2, I'm not sure if the car didn't come back. From how it was, but very, very clean car from the Nexter Drive to Drift racing team that they have here. There's a couple of cars out here with the team, all Thailand drivers. All great drivers too. It's official. He's gonna have to bank on a 71, but you know, I think 71's good enough to put into the top 32. All right, yeah, it was a nasty flick. All right, guys, where are you guys tuning in from? I know, you know, it's a good morning, good afternoon, good night from wherever you're at. Where are you tuning in from? Let me know. And while we're talking about that, it's Jerry Zhu from TMS Racing, Team Good Ride. E92 coupe. Y'all said he got to put a wing on it, but you know what? He said forget about the wing. I'm driving without one. Feels the outside zone 1 and 2 fairly good. A little bit of a twitch there going into the outside zone 3. Hangs it out. Ooh, a little bit of a wobble going to the touch and go. That might be a deduction, I'm not sure. But finishes off the track strong. He's sitting on a 75, so that's pretty good. Now we are looking at this. This is Hi Derry. That's right, California, Texas. Man, what time is it out there? New Zealand, Mississippi, New Zealand, California. What's NL? I'm sorry, I'm stupid. India, Denver, Washington, Germany, Texas, Alabama, Vegas, Arizona, Wisconsin. All right, as I'm talking about that, we saw the replay here on the screen from Jerry's second run. You know, sitting on a 75, you know, that's a confident score to get back in. Let's see what he's going to do. Is that going to better his score or what? All right, South Africa, Illinois, Hollywood, Indonesia, South Carolina. Hey, I was just there. There you go, 74 for Jerry. 74. So 75 is going to be the score that we will be looking at into him and going into the top 32. Netherlands, GQ, Massachusetts, Boston, Oregon, Guatemala, Kerala, Kenya, New Zealand, Mars, Georgia, Oregon, Russia. All right, now another driver that is sitting on an incomplete. It's Merli, Luca Merli from Fat 5 Racing, driving the GZX 100. Very simple car. I don't know, it sounded like, I don't know if it's clutch is slipping or what. Very conservative. Very smooth at the touch and go, makes it to the touch and go, but not sure, I'm not sure if they're gonna catch that as straightening or not. What do you guys think? Bay Area, I love you guys too. Tell you what, I love you, all of you guys for, you know, being nice to me. I'm a hate on the haters only. And hey, lots of love to Joyce out there, hanging out, checking us out on the live stream here, and the Formula Drift USA family. Man, y'all are serious about watching from all over the place. All right, now what do you guys think about Luca's run? You know what, he looks like, you know, a little bit of a handicap on the car. I don't know if it's in, you know, 100%, if the car is, you know, driving 100% or not. But an expert driver, I've seen him. I think he competed in the FIA, I think the series before as well. So let's see what he's gonna get, depending on what the judges see. So, all right, a lot of love to you guys too in Jersey. Not bad for a Camry, right? 58 did not get an incomplete, but man, I don't know. 58. There's only one other car that's a 58. There's a 54 and a 57 and a 4. Or I'm sorry, not 45. I'm sorry, I'm lying. Ignore me. This is not what I do all the time. I talk a lot, but I just talk a lot. I'm not an announcer, so I do catch myself as well. So let's go on to the next driver. All black, Third out car number 96 is Katsuhiro Meguro with the Ishin Origin Labo JZX 100 Mark II. Pretty sure if you guys like the street style cars, this is probably one of them that you guys will like. Swinging it out. That's a big boat. Big body Mark II. And the finish line. There you go, guys. What do you guys think about that run? Do you think that's going to better the 56 that he had? You know, and I try not to talk when the car is going so you can hear the car. Because cars obviously sound way better than me. And, yeah, so currently I think the lowest score is like a 54. So I'm not sure if that's, you know, eligible for the 32. Or not, so yeah, sick build. You guys like it, huh? So here you go. I see some 70s. I see some high 60s. That's right. Go and get, 71. Better than a 56. 71. So he ups his score by like 15 points. That's a pretty good job. Now, for those of you trying to get a JZX right now, you can ship them to the States, but the prices are getting pretty high. So I recommend if you can't get a JZX, get a GX100 and just hold on to it and save your money to build it. Because just, you know, trying to get a JZX with a, you know, Tour V with the turbo and everything, it's very hard. But a GX is fairly cheap and affordable if you guys like those bodies. Now on the left side, you saw the ranking. I didn't read them off because I can't. There's only the first 3 letters of the driver, so it's kind of confusing. Now let's move on to the next driver, another expert driver, car number 19, Yukio Matsui from M2 Evolution, Matsumoto Kiyoshi, F22 BMW, M Sports. The V8 turbo, correction on his front steering, but not straight. He is taking it very softly, but yet aggressive on the line. He is taking the outside line everywhere. Goes deep into the touch and go. There's a little bit of a pause going to the outside zone 4, but he ends the run. Man, I mean, looking at how the other runs have been turning out, I think, you know, his first run was a 64, but I think that's going to be higher than a 64 for sure. All right, I see 80s. No, right now the line and the angle is 35 points each, and the style is a 30. So that's a total of 35, 35, 70 points, plus 30, the style, and that's going to be 100. Angry sounds, yes, V8 turbo. Some people saying minus 50. Obviously, you didn't like it. Matsui, not good in D1. Why? 81. There you go, 81 points. So that was a huge leap from the 64. Some of you got close with the high 70s. And yeah, great job. Yes, Imported Delica. Those are cool, fun vans. And now back to this car. I would have to say he's one of my favorite liveries here in the Formula Drift Japan Series. Very clean car number 315. Konosuke Fujimoto from T-Dash Racing, driving the S15 Sylvia with the 2J in it. Bam, with a lot of flick, but misses the outside zone 2. A lot of angle because of the mistake. Not sure if that's going to be good enough for the judges. Maybe that's too much. Maybe that's too much for the judges to score. Maybe that was considered a backwards. I'm not sure. Yeah, that was kind of a stall after that outside zone 2 mistake. So. Yeah, so Fujimoto's second run is going to be an incomplete, but he's all right because he's got a 79 for his first run. So great job to him and his team. Most likely, a lot of these cars that made 70s are going to be going straight into the top 32 for tomorrow. So just a reminder, make sure you guys tune in with us on the live stream tomorrow for the top 32 as well. It's going to be some, you know, intense battles. It's going to be great. I'm looking forward to it. And there you go with the pit area of the Kazama Auto team. And there you saw, that's Ken Gushi's IS that is going to be driving it a little bit after this. We saw the team Kazama with Motis pit area, but this is Benjamin, car number 83 with the 80 Supra. The very different body kit on this car, looks like a GT car. Wiggles his way to the outside zones, does a good job in outside zone 3. And makes his way through the touch and go and the last outside zone 4. All right, so that's another screaming 2J here. Not a hard flick, but gets a good rate to angle. Good angle coming out of outside zone 3. So I know it's been a while since Benjamin drove the car with the whole, can't travel because of COVID and came back driving the car, but he's been driving in Thailand as well, S15. And he said he really liked it, so he wants to bring that car over here. Or he's actually building S15 for here, so it's gonna be pretty awesome there to see him whenever he's gonna debut that. But he's sitting on a 59 right now, currently. I don't know, being in the 50s sounds like it's not safe, but he does up the score by 4 points. Benjamin gets a 63. Now I don't know where the cutoff is as of now. Yeah, Benjamin Shim, 63. So going back to the chat, no, Robbie is not Mr. International, not in the Million Mile Club either, because my early ages when I used to compete, I didn't fly in the same aircraft. I always went for the cheaper flights. I regret it now. Yeah, I think Sam got like a 50-something. So. Next driver up, the bright yellow car. Car number 93, Yamakai from Perfect Style. S15, Sylvia with the 2J. Bam, nice flick, nice angle. Not as deep in the outside zone 2 and 3. And finishes off the track. He does fill the outside zone 4, but that's it. All right, just as we're watching the cars go, got a question. It says, do I like the the 1000 lemon drink? Yes, I do. I try to drink that every time I feel like I'm about to get a cold. Bump up my vitamin C. That's what I'm saying. Fusa. Reppin' Fusa, Yokota Air Base. Yeah, the 1000 lemons, you guys should drink it. It's like a tradition with my family. I buy a gang of them in the summer. I'm sorry, during the winter, and if the family feels kind of doesn't feel well, feel like you're getting a cold or something, we drink that to boost up our vitamins. I don't even know if that works or not, but so yeah, that's pretty awesome because talk about lemon, I just didn't click, but yes, bright yellow lemon. I was thinking about bananas, but I'm a guy with a different livery and color this year, getting a 65. Now, you know what? The 50s don't sound like it's safe at all. A lot of these drivers are getting into the 60s, so. Yeah, so how many of you have ever been to Japan? Right now with the yen rate and everything, it's really time to come. Now looking at the scoring, Miyagi with the 58, that's the cutoff. 58 is a cutoff, so if you got anything under that, you're actually knocked out. It's going to be a short weekend for you. So let's see if you can better that. Another driver that's already, sitting on a 65 that's better than a 58. Car number 17, Jin Horino from Tops Racing, Toyo with TSA Group Mu. GRA6 with the 2J. Popping and crackling. Nice job at the outside zone 2. Nice job at the outside zone 3. Horino is up to something now. Ooh, kind of misses the touch and go. But you know what? I like the way he handled outside zone 2 and 3. What do you guys think? All right. That's a pretty clean run by Horino. And a good job. Now let's see what the scores are going to be. He did miss the touch and go area, but yeah, Some of you actually live here, probably been in the military. If y'all visit, you know, Japan's a nice place to visit. I mean, Japan has their, you know, weirdness in there too, but overall safe. I love it. Food's good. Now we see some 80s. And there's a question out there about my favorite car. I think my favorite car, I mean, my dream car is probably a four-door Hakosuka, but probably not gonna get around to that in this lifetime. Hino with the 74, so that is way better than the 65. Hopefully. Man, I mean, the rate everybody's going with the 70s might not even be safe being in the 70s. And right here with the 86 comfortably, sitting comfortably, probably going for 90 here, driving the Cusco Racing GR86, usually the GR Supra. Car number 774 is Hokuto Matsuyama. Wow, nice flick and nice angle. That was a perfect execution. One tire off, a little wide at the outside zone 3. Think deep enough in the touch and go. No! There you go. You know what? That was almost, you know, a pretty perfect run and a perfect ending, but man, that was, yeah, I think going from the shallower angle to the big angle at the last outside zone 4, man, just caught him off guard and spun out. So that's going to be an incomplete. But don't worry, because Matsuyama's run was awesome all the way to the outside zone 4, and he's sitting on an 86, and he ain't got nothing to worry about. He's probably like second or third or something like that. See, everybody's probably everybody thought it was going to be a 98 or something, but yeah, it's a no. Huge no-no. Spun out. I think, oh, maybe something broke on his car. It looks like he's stuck, so he's probably going to get towed out. Maybe one of his arms broke. I'm not sure if that was from going off course. It looks like his front left looks like it's broken. I'm not sure if his front left is broken or his right front is broken. But, yeah, so we're going to have to wait on that. And Matsuyama has to wait for his turn to get his get him towed out. Got Suzuka Twins course worker out there. Thank you for your hard work, guys. Yeah, tie rod broke or something. Something broke. And I'm sorry, if you're not in the chat, when I reply to the chat, I'm just replying to the question. So I think it probably sounds really weird because all of a sudden I'm talking about something random, but I'm actually replying to the chat. So maybe I should ask what the question is. If there's a question, that is. But let's go ahead and check this out. Look at that. Formula Drift Japan, 4-wheel drive, high ace. It's like you know, the trackside support car. And we right there we got Daychapon. This aviator's on. Comes out, he's gonna be towing the vehicle, but I don't know if he can tow it because I think one of the tire rods broke. So hopefully they could do it slowly. So they can do it slowly. So we don't have to get the tow truck out here because it's gonna take a while. And if it's gonna take a while, that means I have to fill it by talking. Oh, okay, they're gonna put it on a roller, so yeah, the team is probably like, what's going on with our car? What do we have to pick, or what do we have to fix? Yeah, he said FDUS should have tow cars with these high ace too. I know, but the high aces aren't, or they're in Mexico, right? Not North America, I think. All right, so I don't know how they're gonna pull that out, but okay. So what is your guys' favorite JDM car? I want to know. That's something that I want to know because there's a lot of cars that are available in Japan and not in the anywhere else in the world. So let me know what your favorite is going to be. There was a question about a JZX 105 all-wheel drive drivetrain. I'm not sure how strong. Honestly, I don't know how. I don't have much knowledge on the four-wheel drive JZXs. But I know the NA models have like the smaller diff, smaller axles. So you would have to, you know, get a bigger diff, just like a FRS. FRS has those bigger diffs. All right, so I got some lists of favorite cars: Evo 5, Nissan Z, R33, JZX 110. FD, RX-7 High Ace, FD, Mazda 2, R34, JZX-90, R32, Skyline, 32, FC, Laurel, NSXR, Crown Athlete, ooh, 280Z. Man, you guys like, I mean, I guess anywhere in the world you guys like the cars, all the car guys like the same kind of cars, because I love all the cars that you guys are talking about. Not a whole lot of American cars though. We see says Ford Mustang, EK9, 110 K-Van. I have a K-Van. Nissan Stagia. You guys have good flavor choice there with the cars. Any K car, I got 2 of them. Love them K cars. K cars they're fun to drive. They're like lawnmowers with doors. JZZ30 Soar, it's probably one of my favorites as well. Yaris, the Devil Z, KP. And now we're just talking about all these while the Cusco 86 is getting towed off of the track. And I think his team, that's not his teammate. Next car up is actually going to be Ming. So I think he's not in the burnout box, so they're still not going to go. Let me go ahead and move on to the list. We got 147 Aristo, Turks Corolla. Hey, speaking about Turks Corolla, dude, Turks truck. What is that thing called? Yeah, his truck. His truck is dope. I like weird cars too. First gen Aristo, that's right. 34 GTR, 32 GTR. I have a 32 GTR. MK4 Supra, Cadillac CT5 RTR, 7M GE. 7M? Don't they blow head gaskets all the time? A31 Zafiros, SW20 Mark IIs. And here you go, we still got the list. Car number 32, 808, in the 32nd place, I'm sorry, car number 808, Miyagi, is still sitting on 32nd place with the 58. So he's still in it, right on the bubble. And the list keeps going on with the 90, 69 Shelby, IS300, L300, Mitsubishi, Stout, that's right, thank you. Doomy D. Stout, that's right. Cappuccino, those are fun to drive. They're really fun to drive too. LFA, SR Swap 886, not bad. Open Deck VB, one of my homies had that too. GT33. All right, speaking of next driver, all right, let's go back to the competition here. Car number 56, a young driver. I keep saying it's 18. He's probably like 19 or maybe even 20. It's Ming from Thailand with the Mr. DIY Ling Long Tire Drift Team Orange GR86. Bam, nice clean flick. I think that was good enough for the outside zone 2. Wow, really deep on the outside zone 3. And this is going to be a good run up for the touch and go. Wow, that was a clean job there by Ming. I wish I was his age and drove this good. When I was his age, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I was wrecking into the mountains. All right, so Ming's second run looks like it's going to be a higher score than a 77. That's just my opinion. So I see some 80, mid-80s, late 70s. All right, thank you, RPM Drifts. Said Robbie Nishida's FD Soarer. That's right. You know what? Forget about the Soarer and the cars. Look at this. Ming's cheerleader over here. She is cheering her drivers on from the Mr. DIY with the Ling Long Tire. See a lot of 70s, late 70s, some 80s. '87 points. Ming with the 87. All the way from Thailand. Skillful driver, did a great job. You are getting pretty close with the scores. Now let's move on to the next driver, car number 61, Mao Yamanaka from the Good Ride Motorsports Driving the 890 Supra. Another young driver. A very skillful driver, and one of the judges is also his father, Kenji Yamanaka, ex-FD USA driver. Nice clean flick right there. Stays on the gas. There you go. That's a pretty good run on the, or clean run on the outside zone 3. Does a good job at the touch and go now. Yamanaka finishing off the track pretty strong. Doesn't feel the outside zone 4 is good, but overall, that is way better than the 69 in my opinion. So let's see what the judges have to say. Look at this run up. All that power laying down the smoke. Tries to get as deep as possible with the left foot braking at the last outside zone 4. There you go, the cheerleaders of the Good Ride and Canola Oil holding a flag says Mao Yamanaka. And with his banner out here, with his supporters. See what Yamanaka is going to get for his second run. 89, he gets a 89. All right. He is just shy of a 90, but what do y'all think? 89. Good job. And Matsuyama looking at what the problem was on his car, but meh, I guess not. Psych! We're not going to look at his car anymore because we're going to go to the next driver. Car number 666 is Shuichi Mano from Bitto Racing with Cherryboy Style at 13-1 VIA. And the flick, he is sitting on an incomplete. He does. A little bit of a wobble there at the outside zone 2. Getting back on throttle. Midline at the touch and go and fills the outside zone. The last outside zone on the right side. Let's hear his 2J. I'm just staying quiet so you guys could hear the hear it going. All right, so hey, it's still a 58. I guess it's the scores are moving around at the top over the 58-point mark. Let's see what he's gonna get for his second run. Is he gonna knock out Miyagi? Is it gonna be more than a 58? Only we will find out after the judges. 63! Miyagi is knocked out right here because yeah, so Mano makes it in, but he's still on the bubble as well. So yeah, so if anybody else that has an incomplete comes up and gets more than a 63, that's still a possibility for Mano to get knocked out. All right, so the next driver up we see right here too. He's sitting on an 83, so Pop from Nexter Drive to Drift, GR86. He has an 83, so he has nothing to worry about making it into the top 32. All he's trying to do is probably go for that top spot on right there, hard flick, and that might be a little too hard. Yeah, that's gonna be a little too hard. That might be an unchaseable lead. Yeah, it's gonna be an unchaseable lead. I think that's gonna be a chaseable lead or incomplete, but he has 83, so it's all right. I mean, I guess it's not all right, but it's gonna get him through for the top 32, which is good news. Oh, what was all that? Some crazy sounds coming from my headphones, but yeah. So that's gonna be official. It's incomplete. So the next driver up is car number 131, the young driver. I believe he's still a teenager. From Samurai Style, Team Orange Jr., it's Duma, driving the JZX 100, which was driven by Kanta last year, which is the championship winning car. Let's see what he's got. He's already sitting on an 80. He ain't got to worry about nothing but to get on the top spot here for the qualifier. Looks like things are, panning out pretty good. Filling the outside zones very well. Not sure if they're going to ding for that straightaway going to the touch and go, but very deep on the left outside zone. Good job by Duma. And you know what? As I am speaking, shout out to Running Free 86 Kaicho. He's actually working on my tow truck as I'm speaking. So shout out to him. Let's go back to the driving. Good job by Duma. Looks like a fairly clean run. That might be more than an 80-point run. But like I said, I'm not a judge here. So that's the cheerleader from the Team Orange. Good job to Duma. 82, so he does creep up a little bit on the ladder. Gets an 82, a little bit more points for him to get. All right, now we are almost to the top 10. Well, top 11 or something. All right, we got car number 21, Kenshiro Gushi from Team Kazama with both East. Lexus IS 500 F Sports Performance Drift. Big swing. Gushi sitting on a 70, so he's already in the qualifier for the top 32, but he's hanging it out. Big time angle, big wide line, but it looks like he went a little bit too deep on the outside zone. Didn't make it deep enough at the outside zone 3. But Gushi swinging that big body IS. Always a dynamic driver. Here goes the 2J screaming under the hood from the IS. Kind of out of shape coming out of outside zone 3. But you know, it is a pretty heavy, big body car, so good job by Gushi, repping the West Coast. So yeah, the limiter on these cars are pretty insane. Just waiting for the score. Is it going to better the 70 that he got in for his first run? Like I said, he's already in the top 32. So for the qualify, makes it 67. But score a little bit lower than his first run, but he's a 70. So he's good to be in it. So Gushi, totally different car from what he drives in the States. Usually drives the GR86. And here we go. Right before, or right after Gushi is supposed to be Kaneda. But after Kaneda, it's supposed to be Matsuyama in the Yaris. But he has a 68, and the Yaris is down, and he's going to bow out for that run. He's going to throw in a towel for his second qualifying run. But before we talk about Matsuyama, let's talk about this gentleman, car number 770, Yoshitsu Kaneda, driving the Cusco Racing GR Yaris. Got an 80 on his first run. Looks like he's liking this chassis because he was in the GR chassis last year. Very clean run. Leaves outside 3 a little early, but fills the touch and go with this short overhang in the rear. turbo. Hanawa swings it out. A lot of angle, but cannot hold it. Got a little disrupted at outside zone 2. It looked like he stalled it. And I see the body language of the judges. I don't think they like that. Unfortunately, that might be an incomplete for Hanawa. Yeah, so it looks like you guys got refreshed or cut off or something like that. Let's talk about this. Hanawa just made his run, and it looks like he stalled it pretty hard, and it looked like it might be an unchaseable lead or something at outside zone 2. Pretty strict on this here. That's the Speedmaster cheerleader there with the girls out there. Akihiro Hanawa, unfortunately, that's 2 zeros, and it's going to be an incomplete for his second run, and that's going to be a short weekend for Hanawa. And talking about Hanawa, it was supposed to be Matsuyama driving before, but he has a 68, and he's sitting on that. They had car issues, and you saw the Eva GR Yaris that was taken apart in the pits earlier. So that's going to be it. Now we're moving on to the next car, car number 73, equals Saito, with the Motis West Auto R35 GTR. Oh, VR sounds cool. A little short on the line at the outside zone 2. Feels the outside zone 3 area. Kicking up the dirt, keeping his car sideways, going through the touch and go. A little shallow on the line, but that is it. Pretty big car. I've driven it, I know. It's pretty big, but actually it's not. The wheelbase is not that long either, so yeah, I think they're pretty cool drift cars as well. Man, that motor sounds good. Yeah, somebody just brought up about the overhang. You know, there's no overhang for some of the newer cars from the rear bumper to the tire, so you probably pretty much have to put your tire on the outside line. And the results here from Saito, it's a 63. So I think he didn't do so good on the line, and yeah, he's sitting on a 73 for his first run, so that should be good enough to put him into the top 32. Because I think anybody after this, everybody in the top 32 is pretty much safe because everybody's already, you know, 63 points or higher. I think the lowest we have is 67. So all the drivers are just out here trying to get a higher score, like this gentleman here, car number 77, Yusuke Kusaba Maki from Team Cusco Racing, GRA6, sitting on 85. Let's see if he can make himself into the 90s. Look at that, nice flip. He does miss outside zone 2, doesn't reach it. There you go, another 2J for you guys to sound or listen to and enjoy the sound. Listen to the sounds of the 2J. So Kusaba with the 85, missing the outside zone. I think he's probably not going to be able to top that either. So yeah, you know, there's people here. You know, he said only complaint the track is kind of short. Kinda, sorta. A lot of the tracks are, you know, probably like 20-30 seconds long. And you know what? If we can have longer tracks, I think that'd be great as well. But then I guess they have to think about, you know, there's so much to think about behind the scenes of these, you know, where the spectator's going to be able to see, how the camera's going to be. All that stuff has to be, you know, taken in consideration to build the track as well. So when we have to make a track, you know, they give us only, you know, options, very small options. We got to make the best out of it. So let's stay positive. Hopefully we're doing a good job out here. But right there, Kusaba, as I was speaking, he got a 76. But you know what? That 76 point is a wash because it doesn't matter. His first run was great. Got an 85. Here you go now. You see that? Good Ride Motorsports with Evangelion Racing. Eva RT. Unit 01. Good Ride. Fair Lady Z. Look at that picture of Hibino, full of confidence there. Tetsuya Hibino, a veteran, expert, good friend. There you go. Nice flick. Oh, a little bit of a correction in steering. Tire off at the outside zone 3. Yeah, but this guy does like to go sideways because a lot of sideways, but let's see what that correction is going to, or how hard that correction is going to be looked at. Yeah, Hibino's car looks wild. You know, he's got the whole Evangelion theme going on there, and their Umbrella Girls also has a whole Evangelion outfit on too. Yes, he throws some mad angle. There you go, the girls are cheering him on. Hopefully he could get a higher score than an 83, but I don't know with that mistake. You know, shout out to Mad Mike Wadette if he's watching, because some of you, his fans, are here. Says, I miss Mad Mike. Not competing in Formula Drift Japan this season. Hopefully we can see him back, but that was an 85. Well, even with the mistake or the correction, he got an 85. So you know what? Just imagine if there was no correction there at the outside zone 2, that could have been a lot higher as well. So congrats to Hibino for getting a higher score. Good job. Now we have 4 more drivers left for the second qualifying runs, and one of them is a fan favorite, repping Brazil and the Brazilian flag on the livery right here. It is car number 555, Yukio Fausto, Sidex Japan with 5X, Brazil and Liberty Walk. First one with the 79. Let's see him throw down. Ooh, that SSR wheel kicked up and dug up a lot of dirt, but no debeating. Look at that angle, hanging it out. Also hanging it out to the touch and go. Very exciting driving by Yukio. So there, Bora Bora Fausto. What do y'all think? Yeah, that's pretty crazy. He didn't debeat, but I think there's going to be some deductions because of the off course and blah blah blah. But overall, you know, hanging a lot of angle, a lot of throttle. This guy's got a heavy foot, so yeah, good job by Fausto. What do y'all think about that run, huh? It's pretty good, yeah? That wheel is bent for sure. 85! Yukio Fausto with the 85. Now there's a lot of drivers that are in the mid-80s. I don't even know who's going to be first, second, third. I'm not sure. I'm not even going to guess because I don't have all. I have it all written down, but I don't have it in the list. So sorry about that. You guys are going to have to figure it out yourselves. Now we got the top 3 drivers of today. Well, in the ranking is 4th because we're missing Masanori Kohashi from the lineup, but we have 3 more drivers left. Another driver from outside of Japan, all the way from Thailand, it's S. Another expert driver driving for the Good Ride Motorsports. Nexter, S15 Sylvia, pass with a 2J. Listen to this 2J scream. Bam. Oh, that tie rod broke. That front right broke, took a hard hit. But I think he might be able to turn if he does it slowly. Softly, there you go, yeah. Just don't turn it. Okay, good, he's gonna drive it off slowly. See, there's a lot of ways to, like, I think if you have a broken tie rod, you could kind of slowly turn if you don't make hard turns. It'll kind of, the broken wheel or broken tie rod side will follow you. But man, that was a pretty gnarly entry, and that really looked cool up until, you know, going off the track. The the right rear dipped, and then the front right came hanging around, and that just broke something on the suspension. Like, right there. I think he steered to the left too much, and the front right, landed into the dirt in a weird position. Kind of broke the tie rod there. You know what? But he's already in. He's got an 80, and yeah, he's gonna have to. They have a lot of time to get for it ready because it's still like 3 in the afternoon in Japan. They got until tomorrow morning to get everything squared away. So, great job by S. Very aggressive driver. Very good dude too. Solid dude. S doesn't talk much either. Very quiet guy. All right, so now we're looking at the top 2. They are identical cars because the first green BMW we're going to see, the E92, is going to be car number 37, Koichi Yamashita from the TMS Racing Team. Good ride. It's an E92 Coupe. This one's packed with a 2J. There you go. Heard it go into gear. It's like, boom. Kick. Boom. Kind of long on the side e-brake, but kind of makes it into the outside zone too. And does a good job here at the touch and go, and Yamashita is going for a higher score. That's got to be more than a 67, for sure. That's got to be a 67. So Yamashita cleaning up his act. He didn't reach the outside zone 2 earlier. Now he makes it all the way. And, that's something to look into, though, with the whole overhang thing. Somebody brought up on the live stream earlier. Or, I'm sorry, not the live stream, the chat, too. Some of the cars have a longer bumper, shorter bumper, this and that. And yeah, there's comments, he could have been a little bit deeper on some of the zones, but hey, you know what? I think it's deep enough to get him out of that 67 that he's sitting on right now. Good job by Yamashita. Yamashita, a long-term veteran. 82, Yamashita with the 82. Yamashita, like I said, a veteran driver. I think he's like in his mid-50s or something. Still got it. Still got it. That's all I got to say. All right, so the last driver of the long qualifying that we have, the second runs, here you go. There's a picture of him right there. Car number 36 is Kazumi Takahashi from TMS Racing Team. Good ride. BMW E92. Got an 89 for his first run, so he's actually the only guy to beat for himself. He's got to beat himself. Big pressure. But in order to make it on the podium for the first place, he has to beat the other 89-point driver. He has to get better than a 69, where Yamanaka did, and it looks like he is doing a good job. There you go. Nice swing at the... You know what? Let me get it. No! Nope. Nope. That might be an incomplete. He almost had the first place qualifier, but I think Yamanaka with an 89 on his second run. That's a tied score, but they're going to have to go to the second best score. Yamanaka is sitting on a 60. Where is it? There you go. Yamanaka sitting on a 69. All Takahashi had to do was finish the track. So right there. There you go. He said, me, number 1. Yamanaka qualifying first. He said he's happy. I didn't jinx anything. I don't have that kind of power, as some of you said. But yes, Yamanaka, you saw the excitement in his face too. That's what's great about drifting. You never know what's going to happen till the end. There you go. He said that's the first time he got number 1 in qualifying. He's like, dude, sounds like he's stoked. He said that's like the peak of his life, like the best thing that happened to his life. But hey, man, he got it. That was fair and square. Yamanaka did a great job in the qualify, and like I said, his second best score was a 69. Takahashi got a first, or I'm sorry, Takahashi got 89, but he got an incomplete. So that's it. Yamanaka is going to be qualifying first, making it official. Takahashi with the incomplete, Yamanaka gets first in qualifying. Congratulations. Yeah, I think if there was another turn after that, that would have been kind of cool too. Some of you are asking for it, but I have no power. I'm just all I do right now is talk for them. So, yes, and I had a question. It says, do I speak Japanese? Yes, I'm fluent in Japanese too. Here you go, shaking hands. Takahashi second, Yamanaka first. Thanking him. Said he, spun out. Said thank you. I don't know if that's being sarcastic. He said, oh man, he was like, oh man. He said, if you didn't miss there, I was like, I'm done. And Takashi's saying, the way he went into touch and go, it just kind of made him, or kind of set him up for that spin. You can still hear him saying ureshi. Ureshi means happy. And now somebody is saying if he was qualifying first, they would have to buy him dinner. So now somebody's got to buy him dinner. It's like super happy. He said, what did you hear from you before you drove? And Kazama right here, another vet, he's I think he's a supporter, Yamanaka, and he said, you know what? I told you you're going to have to get, number one in qualifying. He said, yeah. And that's what he said. And Kazama said, now, yeah, it's too bad, but I got to buy him dinner. That's pretty cool. There you go. There you go. You see Komatsu from Komatsu Racing. We've got Mr. Tanaka from TM Labo, the tuner. That's their team. Yamanaka's team there. Hard-fought battle, but a big congratulations to Yamanaka taking that P1 spot in the qualifying here. Wow, what an impressive driving by these drivers. Pretty sure the Goodbye team is all happy. Look at all those tents. Count how many tents there are. Yes, so we're gonna be back tomorrow for the live stream. So just make sure if you are in the area, make it out here. Sign up for the FDJ Drift Ride-alongs. I'm gonna be driving one of the cars. Come join me. It's gonna be fun on the track. And yeah, if you can't make it, just make sure you tune into the live stream, because for the live stream, we're gonna get into the top 32 around 9:50. So make sure you're there. But if you're here in the area, please make it out to the pit area. We'll let you know. Just come and grab an official at 8:10. There's a sign up, and we're gonna raffle it. See how many people are gonna get a ride along. I think maybe a total like maybe 18, 16, I don't know, cars. I'm sorry, people are going to be riding along in our taxis. So I got an automatic ISF that I'm whipping around the track. You can come and enjoy it, sit in the back seat, relax, and enjoy the rest of the day here watching some live drifting action. And right here, it's Kids Walk. So tomorrow here on Sunday, Suzuka Twin Circuit. Make sure you make it out in between 8:30 and 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. Come out to the number 10 pit and sign up for your kids. If you got, elementary school kids that want to be, that are interested in drifting, if you want to come and show them what drifting's all about, bring them out. You can come out for the top 16 ceremony. The kids will be really close to the drivers and get on track to see how it feels to be on the track. Get up close to the cars. It's going to be good times. And I think they give away treats and toys and whatnot for the cars, or for the kids. It's going to be good times. So there you go, Yamanaka. I don't know why he doesn't look happier. So here you go. So if you want to see more girls from Formula Drift Japan, from 9:10 tomorrow, they're going to have the gal on stage. They call it the gal on stage, but it's the girls on stage from 9:10 on live stream, and from 9:50 all the way till we finish. We're going to have the top 32. Now, if you don't want to see the top 32, make sure you're back for the top 16 opening ceremony at 1310, and that is Japan times. There you go, taking pictures out there. Yamanaka, great job. Look at that, number one. He said, finally. Believe it or not, that's the first time he got the P1 spot in the qualifying, and he's been, joining Formula Drift Japan for the past couple of years, moving up from FDJ2, and now a proud driver representing Good Ride Motorsports and getting first place in his qualify. So congratulations to Yamanaka. And you know what? There's a lot of, you don't like the judging or the talking, blah, blah. You know what? Everybody's trying their best. I think everybody's doing a great job. Thank you for watching. And, just doesn't matter if you like me or not, or, drifting or not. Just don't hate the sport, though. Everybody has their reasons. Everybody's trying to be as fair as possible, trying to be as professional as possible. But thank you for tuning in and watching Formula Drift Japan. We're going to have to come back and see you tomorrow. Make sure you don't miss the action, and also my blabbing away. Thank you for sticking around, guys. And a huge thank you for the supporters and the sponsors that we have for Formula Drift Japan. And also for you guys watching it, tuning in from everywhere all over the world. Good night, good morning, whatever it is. Thank you very much to all of you. And, thank you for the support from, thank you, Joyce, for staying up wherever you're at, sticking around, and the FD USA family. No hate, guys. One love to everybody. And hopefully you guys could root on your favorite drivers tomorrow. Tomorrow, let me know who your favorite Japanese driver is out here. But thank you for tuning in. FD Japan always has a long goodbyes, because I'm like really quick and short. That's right, guys. Robbie is a good dude, and Joyce is amazing. Thank you, Joyce. And everybody I work with is, fairly good people. And I think the fans and everybody, even if you don't like me, I'm still okay with it. I don't like everybody in the world either, so. Yes, more Japan events. It's going to be coming up. We're going to have, we're going to have more FD US action a week after next at Orlando. We still got top 32 and top 16 tomorrow. Oh, they got the Grid Girl page. Not page, Grid Girl live stream from 9:10 tomorrow morning, Japan time. So make sure if you want to check them out, they're going to, how can I say it? The live stream is going to play, they're going to introduce themselves too. So go ahead and check that out if you're interested to seeing that too. Everybody walking away. See you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye to the people that are walking. I'm just talking through because the live stream isn't finished yet. Where am I looking at? I'm looking at over there. So all the way to the left of me is Akutsu. He's the Japanese commentator. Next to him is a legend driver, Nobuteru Taniguchi. Talking right now is Yoichi Imamura. Right next to him is ex-FDJ driver Tadahiro Fukara, and next to me right here is Kenji Yamanaka, ex-Formula Drift USA driver. And I'm all the way over here by myself talking and blabbing away in English. So this is the crew that we have here. No Kenny. A lot of love out to Kenny. Hope you're doing good out there, and thank you for tuning in though, really. I see the numbers decreasing because, the live stream is pretty much over, but really thank you very much. Even with the positive and the negative comments, everything is, needed. So thank you for expressing your feelings, and I really truly feel that too, so. I wish I was listening to what the drivers are saying. I'm sorry, not the drivers, but the judges. But you know what? I bet you they were saying, everybody tried their best and the results are here, so here you go. Ha! Yeah, it says they want to see Robbie and Alexi commentating. I was talking to Alexi about that. You know what? One day, you never know. And yes, Otsukade-sama to you guys. Yes, legend drivers. No, you the best. Jin. I'm just straight up reading off the live stream right now. Thank you very much. It really means a lot to me. Really means a lot to me. I'm trying my best. Personally, I like to talk too, so yeah. Sometimes I talk the ears off of people, but thank you for the comments. It really Loving it. So that's going to be a goodbye for me. Thank you for joining us for the 2024 G-Shock Presents Formula Drift Japan. Round 2 Suzuka. Twin Circuit. That was a qualified. That's it. Mic drop. See you guys tomorrow. Make sure you're back for the top 32 and top 16. Good night, good morning, and good evening to all of you guys out there. Bye-bye.
革新のカーボンベゼル。Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ。
The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid, Valentine.
究極の静かさと安全性。オンロード、オフロード、世界中で活躍するケンダ。その信頼を支える静音性、安定性と対摩耗性。世界が認めた技術と信頼を街乗りである。高品質と納得の価格、タイヤのポテンシャルをあなたに。ケンダ。
Ultimate lubricant. Mortis.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
Made in Japan. Breed.
In a world of extremes, This is where they're refined. The real deal. Cusco.
伝統と革新小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC